Another day, another ball game here at the Orchard in beautiful, sunny, and hot Yakima, Washington, here at Yakima County Stadium. Hello, everybody, and welcome in to sunny Yakima, Washington for tonight's ball game between the home team, the Yakima Valley Pippins, and the visiting Highline Bears out of South Seattle, part of the Pacific International League, a two-game non-league series concluding tonight for the Pippins and the Bears here in Yakima. Austin Lane here in the broadcast booth filling in for Miles Klotz for the remainder of the season, and a season that continues tonight as the Pippins take on the Bears in the final game of the two-game non-league series. Again, no stats or win-loss will matter for the Pippins in this game, just getting some reps in before taking an off day tomorrow and then traveling up to Wenatchee to take on the Apple Sox in a three-game league series on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Then they'll have another off day on Monday. They will travel to Longview to take on Cowlitz Black Bears next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday before coming home to the Orchard for a final three-game home series against the Walla Walla Sweets on next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Let's recap yesterday's game real quick between the Pippins and the Bears, a game that started off as a pitching duel for both teams. Dylan Bishop taking the mound for the Pippins, the righty out of Selah, Washington, his first start of the summer. A great start for him. He goes 5 2/3 innings, gives up 6 hits, 5 runs, but none of them earned. We'll get to that in a second. 3 walks and a strikeout for Bishop before being relieved by Dominic Miller, who would finish out the game 3 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, none earned. No walks and no strikeouts for Miller for the Pippins. So neither pitcher giving up an earned run to the Bears yesterday, despite the Bears scoring 6 runs. And the first 5 innings were scoreless for both teams before the Bears broke it open in the top of the 6th inning. They would get the whole lineup to come up in the inning. They'd go at the bottom of the lineup, starting with the 9-hole hitter Garrett Kolar. He started it off with a single, and then Torrey Doughton reached on an error. Cobelt reached on a single. Kalen Martin reached on a fielder's choice, so that was the first out of the inning. And then it just kept going from there. O'Grady with a single, Miller with a single. Finally, the second out was a strikeout swinging by catcher Jarrett Lanewind. And then a 2 RBI, 2-out double by Trey Hunt made it 5-0 Bears there in the top of the 6th inning before Dylan Bishop was relieved. But a couple errors on defense means no earned runs for Bishop in yesterday's game. But that big top of the 6th inning for the Bears helped carry them to the 6-1 final score. Bottom of the 8th was the first time the Pippins scored in the game, and the only time they scored it was with 2 outs. Brady Hormel hit a single, and then Tyler Dean hit a double out to right center field in the gap to score Hormel all the way from first. And again, that was the only run for the Pippins yesterday. And then the Bears picked up another run in the top of the 9th, an insurance run off of the single by Fawnlander. And then Kolar reached once again on an error. And then Kalen Martin drove in J.J. Fawnlander with an RBI single to make it 6-1, and that would be the final score in yesterday's game. The Highline Bears coming over from the Pacific International League, a league that is full of teams mainly in Seattle. The Highline Bears specifically located in the south suburb of Seattle called White Center. And the Bears are 8-10 in league play this year over in their league. So a pretty average team, just below 500, just like the Pippins are so far in the second half in league play. Pippins at 8-11, Bears at 8-10. So pretty similar records there for league play so far before this matchup. But the Bears taking game 1 yesterday, 6-1. And tonight, let's look at the pitching matchup between the Pippins and the Bears. For the Pippins first, the lefty Anthony Alvarado will take the mound in his first start of the summer. He has appeared in a couple games before, 1 non-league game and 3 league games. In the 3 league games, he has thrown 2 1/3 innings and has given up 11 earned runs. And I don't really want to do the math for you, but I'm going to have to. That's an ERA of 42.42. So Alvarado working on his command and trying to get the ball in the strike zone. One thing that I realized in those 3 league games for him, even though he does have the high ERA, when he does locate, his pitches are good. It's just the command is just an issue for Alvarado. He came in for his last outing on July 14th against Victoria, and when he came in, he could not get an out before giving up 6 runs. He came in, hit the first 2 batters, and then again could not get an out in that outing, just gave up 6 hits, 6 runs, hit 2 batters, and gave up a walk as well in there. So Alvarado looking for his command, a perfect time to do it, a non-league opponent with the Bears coming in, a perfect time to get a start and work on your command before getting back into the swing of things for the league games. And on the other side of the things, it will be the righty Cameron Jenkins for the Bears tonight, getting the start for Highline as we get ready for Game 2 of the two-game non-league series between the visiting Highline Bears and the home team, the Yakima Valley Pippins. And we're going to take a quick break. Coming up right after this, we'll go through the starting lineups for both teams. Austin Lane here in the broadcast booth at the Orchard. We'll be right back here on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
At Banner Bank, we know how much it means to feel at home, and our home loan experts are dedicated to helping you achieve your dreams. So whether you're refinancing, making some home improvements, or buying a new place, you can count on us to help you find the right loan. Visit one of Banner Bank's many locations throughout the West, or find us at bannerbank.com. Banner Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
At Cascade Natural Gas, we help smart businesses cover their bases, old, new, and in between. No matter the age of your building, they all benefit from energy-efficient choices. Cascade Natural Gas offers a long list of incentives for energy-efficient upgrades. Upgrades that save your business money every day. Become one of the many Cascade business owners benefiting from the quality, comfort, and savings of energy-efficient upgrades. Join Team Energy Efficiency and take advantage of rebates from Cascade Natural Gas.
What does traveling really cost you? After all the hassles and spendings along the way, how much do you really save? When you fly YKM, you can save on gas, money, sleep, parking fees, stress, and most of all, the one thing you can't get back, your time. Those savings really add up. What's that worth to you? Fly faster. Fly YKM. Visit flyykm.com, where you can connect to over 85 cities. Book your flight today.
Welcome back into the Pippins pregame show. The Pippins pregame show is presented by Yakima Craft Brewing Company. Founded in 2007, Yakima Craft produces high-quality ales and lagers with an emphasis on full-bodied taste and a unique character that pairs great with Pippins baseball. Enjoy Yakima Craft at the Orchard all summer long. Back now for the second half of the Pippins pregame show. First pitch here between the Highline Bears and Yakima Pippins scheduled for 6:35 p.m., so about 6 minutes we will get going. Let's go through the starting lineups for tonight's game. First for the visiting Highline Bears. They'll lead off with the shortstop, Tori Doughton. Batting second with the third baseman, James Cobelt. Batting third, the designated hitter, Kalen Martin. Hitting cleanup, once again, the right fielder, Dylan O'Grady. Batting fifth and playing second base, Kenny Miller. Batting sixth and playing out in center field, J.J. Fawnlander. The first baseman batting seventh, Brock Keller. Batting eighth, the catcher, Peyton Brock. And rounding out the order for the Highline Bears, the left fielder, Garrett Kolar. Again, for the Bears, that is Tori Doughton, James Cobelt, Kalen Martin, Dylan O'Grady, Kenny Miller, J.J. Fawnlander, Brock Keller, Peyton Brock, and Garrett Kolar, with Cameron Jenkins taking the mound for the Bears. Now for the home team, the Yakima Valley Pippins. They'll lead off with center fielder Luke Schwartz. Batting second, the second baseman, Brady Hormel. The catcher, James Bell, hits third. Batting cleanup for the Pippins, the right fielder, Kyle Dean. Right after him, Tyler Dean, the first baseman tonight. Then batting sixth, Eddie Pelk out in left field. The seven-hole hitter, the designated hitter, Sawyer Chesley. The eighth batter in the lineup, the shortstop, Tanner Parker. And rounding out the bottom of the order, the third baseman, Aiden Welch. Again, for the Pippins, Luke Schwartz, Brady Hormel, James Bell, Kyle Dean, Tyler Dean, Eddie Pelk, Sawyer Chesley, Tanner Parker, and Aiden Welch, with Anthony Alvarado going and taking the bump for the start here in Game 2 of the two-game non-league series for the Pippins up against the Highline Bears, coming over from the Pacific International League. Both teams getting ready for the game to begin. The warm-ups on the field have ended. PA announcer going through the starting lineups on his end as we prepare for another hot one here in Yakima. Highs of 91, 92 degrees today. There are a couple more clouds in the sky And by a couple more, I mean only a couple. There were no clouds in the sky yesterday, so even though there are not that many, there are still more than yesterday, but still has not cooled off, gotten a little bit hotter than yesterday. So these players ready to take on the Yakima Heat here in tonight's ball game, scheduled for 6:35. Right after these starting lineups, they will hit the national anthem. So let's take a break. We'll come back right after the national anthem for first pitch here on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Puget Sound native Mike Runyon can fit more in a day than most, which is good because in addition to being a craft beer pioneer and working parent, he grows his own food, rides BMX, and has even been known to try a chainsaw carving or two. Mike's defined by his differences. At Heritage Bank, we think differences can build a better bank, too. That together, we're more than a community bank, but rather a community of banks, which means more ideas for his business and yours.
Les Schwab is proud to introduce two of our best tires ever just in time for summer road trip season. There's our exclusive open range AT that we believe is our quietest, smoothest, and best all-season traction tire ever. Or the Reputation, our exclusive high mileage premium passenger tire. Get even more road trip ready with our free pre-trip safety check. Stop by or book an appointment today at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Prosser Memorial Health's Grandview Clinic is now open and accepting new patients. Services include family medicine, women's health, mental health, and after-hours care. The Grandview Clinic is open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week to best serve you and your loved ones. Walk-ins are welcome and se habla español. This is how we care.
Sure, Drunk You is a pretty cool guy, but he's not exactly what you would call reliable. He's not a maker of great decisions, or for that matter, even adequate decisions. The point is, you shouldn't trust the version of you that created the macaroni taco to create a plan to get you home safe. Make a plan before you party.
Nothing is sweeter for the warm summer months than a great scoop of Baskin-Robbins ice cream. Your Baskin-Robbins store right here in Yakima on South First Street proudly supports Yakima Valley Pippins baseball. Make sure you stop by and grab a cup or cone of your favorite Baskin-Robbins flavor at the South First location. And then, next time you're at Yakima County Stadium, try out their awesome baseball medley. Baskin-Robbins ice cream and Pippins baseball will make your summer memorable.
Being pregnant can make normal routines complicated. Lincoln Avenue Medical Dental Center is uniquely suited to help make life a little bit easier for all moms. Our care teams will help you with appointments, dental visits, nutrition counseling, and more. Our registered nurses can help follow up with you and your baby at home. Parenthood can sometimes make your life a little more complicated. We are here to help. Visit our Mother's Lounge at every Yakima Valley Pippins home game. We're located next to the box office.
No one likes having to work on collection of debt, but when that time comes, one of the nation's best is right here in the Yakima Valley. YCCS is a locally owned, nationally renowned business that focuses on the customer's needs in a fair but firm manner. YCCS takes pride in their professionalism. Call 800-841-8573 or visit yccsusa.com to find out how they can help you recover what is rightfully yours. YCCS, a proud partner of your Yakima Valley Pippins.
Carrying top-notch supplies for more than 70 years in the Yakima Valley, your hometown Ace Hardware stores in Yakima and Natchez provide attentive customer service and the best brands for all your home improvement project needs. Roy's Ace Hardware in downtown Yakima, Hometown Ace Hardware in Tieton Village in Yakima and Oak Creek Hardware in Natchez also has fishing, hunting, landscaping, and cleaning equipment. Ace Hardware, hardware supplies and competitive prices.
The national anthem is over, and first pitch is right around the corner here at the Orchard in Yakima, Washington, between the visiting Highline Bears and the home team, the Yakima Valley Pippins, here in Game 2 of the two-game non-league series between the two teams. Highline coming over from Seattle, part of the Pacific International League, getting a two-game break for both teams from their respective league play. Anthony Alvarado getting his warm-up pitches in on the mound for the Pippins, making his first start of the summer. Let's check out the defense behind Alvarado tonight. Out in left field, Eddie Pelk. In center, Luke Schwartz. In right field will be Kyle Dean. At first base, his brother Tyler Dean. At second base, Brady Hormel. The shortstop will be Tanner Parker. Third baseman is Aiden Welch. And the catcher for the Pippins tonight, James Bell. Had to make sure and get the Deans correct. Kyle out in right field and Tyler at first base. Might be a little tough to not get those two mixed up. Same side of the field, and they're batting fourth and fifth in the starting batting lineup as well. So I will try my absolute hardest to not get those two mixed up tonight. The brothers in the similar spots on the field and in the batting lineup. Bears will lead off with Torrey Doughton, James Cobelt, and Kalen Martin this inning, their shortstop, third base, and designated hitter respectively. As Anthony Alvarado throws his final warm-up pitch into catcher James Bell, who tosses it down to Tanner Parker at shortstop, and we are just about ready to go here at the Orchard. The final non-league game for the Pippins this summer. They'll have an off day tomorrow and then return on Friday up at Wenatchee for a 3-game series. Torrey Doughton steps in, the leadoff hitter from last night's ball game and again tonight. Alvarado gets his sign, and the first pitch of the game is on the way. And the first pitch is taken on the outside corner, a strike, 0-1. Alvarado gets his sign and the 0-1 delivery. Swung on and missed at a pitch in the dirt for a strike. No balls and 2 strikes early here to Torrey Doughton. 86 degrees and sunny here in Yakima. Game starts at 6:38 p.m. local time. The 0-2. Swung on, hit out in between short and third and into left field for a base hit. So Torrey Doughton leads the game off with a single through the left side. And that'll bring up third baseman James Cobelt.
Now batting the third baseman, number 5, James Cobelt.
Anthony Alvarado, the starter for the Pippins tonight, an ERA just over 42. Not 4.2, but 42. Looking to get some clean innings in here tonight with the start. First pitch to Cobelt, taken inside for a ball, 1-0. Command has been a little bit of an issue for Alvarado so far this season. The 1-0. Taken low and in the dirt outside for a ball, 2 balls and no strikes now to James Cobelt. Cobelt, a good game yesterday, 3 for 4 with a walk and an RBI in that one. Doughton takes his lead at first. Alvarado with a quick look over. Now comes home with it. And Cobelt takes outside for a ball, and the count is 3 balls and no strikes. Kalen Martin waiting on deck patiently for the Highline Bears here in the top of the first inning. Alvarado looking for his first out. Infield looking for a double play here early. Next pitch to Cobelt, takes for ball 4. So the Bears have the first 2 base runners of the game on with nobody out.
The designated hitter, number 27, Keelan Martin.
And that'll bring up the designated hitter, Kalen Martin, for the Bears. Alvarado in a bit of a jam here early in this game. Corners come in a little bit. Alvarado comes set. Now the first pitch to Martin. Taken in there for a strike, 0-1. Martin 1 for 5 in last night's ball game with an RBI. He scored the one run that the Bears scored in the top of the ninth to make it 6-1. That was the final score of yesterday's game. The 0-1. Hit out to third base, a dive and a catch by the third baseman, Aiden Welch. Throwback to first is going to be not in time to back pick James Cobelt, but a great play over at third base by Aiden Welch. And the base runners will hold at first and second, and there is the first out for the Pippins on defense. So 1 out and 2 men on now for Bears right fielder Dylan O'Grady, batting in the cleanup spot in last night's ball game and again in tonight's ball game. Alvarado gets his sign. Takes a look at second. Now comes home to O'Grady. First pitch taken just at the knees for a strike, 0-1. O'Grady also 1 for 5 in last night's game with an RBI. He had his RBI as a part of that 5-run top of the 6th inning. Now facing an 0-1 count from Alvarado. Next pitch, a slow one. O'Grady swings just ahead of that. Count moves to 0-2. O'Grady looking for a fastball there on the 0-1 count, not getting it. Alvarado takes his time, now comes set. And the 0-2 pitch to O'Grady. Swung on and missed for strike 3. O'Grady, the slow walk back to the dugout. And there is 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. That'll bring up the second baseman for the Bears, Kenny Miller. Torrey Doughton on at second base, James Cobelt on at first. After giving up the first 2 base runners of the inning, Alvarado looking to go 1-2-3 here. First pitch to Kenny Miller is on the way. Taken in the dirt, good stop by the catcher Bell. Count moves to 1-0. Runners stay at first and second. Not quite as many fans here in tonight's ball game as last night's game. I'd say about half. With that being said, there were a surprising amount to me last night. Next pitch taken outside for a ball, 2-0. Something about a $2 special on Tuesdays draws in a bunch of fans. That has to be what it is. Alvarado with a 2-0 pitch. Taken low and inside for a ball, 3-0. Miller 2 for 3 in last night's game with a walk and an RBI. Alvarado comes set looking to not lose the spatter here. The 3-0 pitch is in there for a strike, 3-1. Bears not really changing up their starting lineup between tonight and last night. Kenny Miller with a 3-1 count. Swings at this one and fouls it back to the backstop. Count goes full, 3 balls and 2 strikes to Miller. Alvarado comes set, now the payoff pitch to Kenny Miller. Runners take off, fouled back, out of play. Count stays full. Alvarado looking for a clean inning. It would really help his ERA to get through this first inning without giving up a run. Runners on first and second. The 3-2 pitch. Taken outside for a ball, ball 4, and the bases are loaded. So that puts Torrey Doughton on third base, James Cobell on second, and Kenny Miller now on first with the walk to bring up the center fielder, J.J. Fawnlander. Bears putting the pressure on Alvarado here early in this one. First pitch of the at-bat is fouled to the backstop by Fawnlander. Count moves to 0-1. Fawnlander 1 for 2 with a walk, and he was also hit by a pitch in last night's game. Alvarado gets his sign, now comes set, and the 0-1 pitch. Swung on, hit out to second base. Hormel up with it, a tough hop. Throw to first, though, is in time. And the Bears leave the bases loaded here in the top of the first inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 3 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the first here at the Orchard right after this on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Dickey's Barbecue in Rainier Square in
Puget Sound native Mike Runyon can fit more in a day than most, which is good because in addition to being a craft beer pioneer and working parent, he grows his own food, rides BMX, and has even been known to try a chainsaw carving or two. Mike's defined by his differences. At Heritage Bank, we think differences can build a better bank, too. That together, we're more than a community bank, but rather a community of banks, which means more ideas for his business and yours.
Prosser Memorial Health's Grandview Clinic is now open and accepting new patients. Services include family medicine, women's health, mental health, and after-hours care. The Grandview Clinic is open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week to best serve you and your loved ones. Walk-ins are welcome and se habla español. This is how we care.
Grill in Sela offers an upscale dining experience in a relaxed atmosphere in downtown Sela. With savory entrees and specialty drinks, Tailgaters provides something for customers of all ages. Cheer on your favorite team in the restaurant while experiencing 1950s charm with a modern twist. Visit Tailgaters Bar and Grill today, located at 110 East 3rd Avenue at Viking Village in Sela. Tailgaters Bar and Grill.
We head to the bottom of the first here at the Orchard between the Pippins and the Bears. The Bears leaving the bases loaded there in the top of the first inning, so it's still scoreless as we head to the bottom half of the first inning. Austin Lane here in the broadcast booth at the Orchard, filling in for Miles Klotz for the remainder of this 2019 West Coast League season for the Pippins. Pippins lead off the bottom of the first with the center fielder Luke Schwartz. He'll be followed by Brady Hormel and James Bell. Cameron Jenkins takes the mound for the Bears, and his first pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. Luke Schwartz came in as a pinch hitter in the 9th inning last night. As the next pitch to him is taken deep out to left field. The left fielder, Kohler, running back, and it's going to be off the wall for extra bases. Schwartz makes his way into second where he stops there with a leadoff double for the Pippins. That'll bring up second baseman Brady Hormel, now a runner in scoring position quickly for the Pippins here in the bottom of the first. Pippins going the first 7 innings of last night's ball game without a run before finally scoring 1 run in the bottom of the 8th, looking to keep some of that late game momentum going here early in this one. First pitch from Jenkins to Hormel. He hits this out to right center field. This one could get down. This one's in the gap, and it will get down. Hormel rounding first. He's going to make it into second. They're going to wave Schwartz in, and he's going to go all the way from second and in. Back-to-back doubles, and the Pippins lead early 1-0. First 2 batters with a double to start this bottom of the first, start the game for the Pippins off hot. Luke Schwartz coming around from second to score on the Brady Hormel double. And I was surprised they sent him there. He had such a late start going, you couldn't really tell if the center fielder was going to be able to get over and make that catch or not. But nonetheless, Schwartz comes around to score. It's 1-0 early here in the bottom of the first, still nobody out. That'll bring up catcher James Bell for the Pippins. Jenkins takes a look at Hormel on second, now comes home with it. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Looks like part of the game plan here in the bottom of the first inning for the Pippins is to get on Jenkins early. That game plan is working. Bell with an 0-1 count on him. Next pitch to him. Swung on. Hit foul down the right field line, out of play. Count moves to 0-2 on James Bell. Brady Hormel on at second base, an RBI double. James Bell now gets an opportunity with a runner in scoring position. He's got an 0-2 count though. Jenkins comes set. Now the pitch. Taken high for a ball, 1-2. Pippins struggled early in yesterday's game offensively. Complete opposite here. The first batter in the lineup comes around to score. The 1-2 now to Bell. Chopped foul down the third base line. And a player in the Pippins dugout came out to grab that one before third base coach and head coach Marcus McKimmey could grab it. Count stays 1-2 on James Bell. Hormel takes his lead at second, now the 1-2 pitch. Low and in the dirt. Stopped by the catcher, Brock. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes to James Bell. Bell did not play in yesterday's game. A usual catcher, Garrett. Next pitch to Bell, lifted out to left field. This one's deep. This one's got a chance, and it's gone. James Bell, a 2-run home run, and the Pippins continue their early dominance here in this one. It's 3-0 Pips.
That's a 2-run home run by number 6, James Bell.
First 3 batters coming around to score here in the bottom of the first inning. And the Pippins have 3 runs on 3 hits with still nobody out. Luke Schwartz with a double, Brady Hormel with a double, and James Bell with a 2-run home run.
Fielder number 5, Kyle Dean.
Pippins not a lot of power in their lineup this season, but James Bell making his case for quite the opposite there. First pitch to Kyle Dean, taken low for a ball, 1-0. Dean batting cleanup in this one, playing right field. Has the bases empty now. The 1-0 pitch. In there for a strike, count evens up 1-1. Jenkins working a little bit quicker here on the mound now. Back to the windup for him. The 1-1 pitch. Taken in the dirt for a ball, 2-1. I was just about to say James Bell did not get the start at catcher yesterday. Grant Gorell was the starting catcher, who went 0 for 3. The 2-1 pitch. This is hit out to center field, but the center fielder Fawnlander ranges over and gets under it to make the grab, and out number 1. That'll bring up the next Dean, first baseman Tyler Dean.
The first baseman, number 36, Tyler Dean.
1 out now here in the bottom of the first inning. Pippins with a 3-0 lead early in this one. James Bell, his first at-bat here in the series. Knocks one out over the left field wall. First pitch to Tyler Dean, in there for a strike, 0-1. The 0-1 pitch to Dean. Low for a ball, 1-1. That ball off the bat of James Bell didn't look like it was traveling until I saw the left fielder Kolar just running out of room out on the warning track there. The 1-1 pitch. Taken for a ball, 2-1. Not too much wind today. That could have helped a little bit with getting that ball out over left. Wind usually pushing in from left to right. Next pitch to Dean, swung on and missed. Count evens up at 2-2. And I'm not sure, I don't think I have seen a home run at home this season over the left field wall. I think they've all been over the right field wall. Next pitch to Dean, in there for strike 3 called. A fastball on the lower outside corner. Tyler Dean does not like the call, but he makes his slow walk back to the dugout. And that's out number 2 here in the bottom of the first. I'll bring up left fielder Eddie Pelk. Middle infielders playing near the outfield grass for Pelk, who takes first pitch in for a strike, 0-1. Pelk 1 for 3 in yesterday's game with a walk. Next pitch to him, off the catcher's glove, called a ball, 1-1. James Bell, the big 2-run home run here in the bottom of the first. And it's 3-0 Pippins. The 1-1 now to Pelk. Shows bunt, pulls it back. That pitch ran inside, so Pelk had to get out of the way with it, and because of it being inside, they actually do check his swing on the bunt. Next pitch to him, fouled to the backstop. Count evens up 2-2. And that has to be the worst way to take a strike, wouldn't it? Just showing bunt and then attempting to pull back, but because you're getting out of the way of the ball so fast that you don't actually pull the bat back behind home plate. Next pitch fouled into the netting. Count stays 2-2. Jenkins looking to get out of this bottom of the first inning. The 2-2. Pelk takes this one out to right field. This one's in the air, though. Dylan O'Grady, the right fielder, ranges in just a couple steps and gets under it and makes the catch for out number 3. Pippins with 3 runs on 3 hits, a big 2-run home run by catcher James Bell. And we'll head to the top of the second as they lead 3-0 over the Highline Bears here on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
With stores.
That's where I belong. That's where I belong. Call this home. That's where I belong. That's where I belong.
Finding the right home is inspiring. That's why at Banner, we listen, learn, and help you find the home loan that lets you achieve your dreams.
That's where I belong.
Les Schwab is proud to introduce 2 of our best tires ever just in time for summer road trip season. There's our exclusive open range AT that we believe is our quietest, smoothest, and best all-season traction tire ever. Or the Reputation, our exclusive high-mileage premium passenger tire. Get even more road trip ready with our free pre-trip safety check. Stop by or book an appointment today at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Planet Fitness is the one and only judgment-free zone. That means for just $10 a month, you can work out at your own pace and just do you. However you want, whenever you want. Get free fitness training and tons of cardio and strength equipment, plus a totally friendly staff for just $10 a month with absolutely no judgment. We want you to be you for just $10 a month. Come in for a free tour or join online at planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness. Annual membership fee applies. Participating locations only. See club for details.
Three runs for the Pippins in the bottom of the first inning. They jump out to an early lead, 3-0 here at home against the Highline Bears. Bears coming up for their next at-bats here in the top of the second inning. James Bell, a big 2-run home run for the Pippins there in the bottom half of the first. And Anthony Alvarado back on the mound for the Pippins, gets to pitch with a 3-run lead now. And the first batter of the inning, first baseman Brock Keller swings at the first pitch. Count moves to 0-1. Alvarado with the 0-1, he comes home. Another swing and a miss, this time a slow breaking ball. And the count's quickly 0-2. Brock Keller, one of the newer players on the Bears team. Alvarado, the 0-2 pitch. A slider taken on the outside corner. A beautiful pitch by Anthony Alvarado. And Brock Keller will take his trip back to the dugout. Strikeout for Anthony Alvarado, the second of the day. That'll bring up the catcher, Peyton Brock. That slider had some nasty movement. First pitch, taken for a fastball outside, 1-0. That slider started in the other batter's box before breaking all the way back into the, just barely catch the outside corner of the plate. The 1-0 pitch. Taken on the outside corner for a strike, 1-1. Peyton Brock doing the catching for the Bears here in tonight's ball game. The 1-1 pitch to him. He takes, low and outside for a ball, 2-1. Garrett Kolar, the 9-hole hitter for the Bears, waiting on deck. Alvarado with the 2-1 pitch. It hits Peyton Brock right in the numbers, and he will take first base. So Garrett Kolar will step in with Peyton Brock on at first base and 1 out here in the top of the second inning. Alvarado gets his sign, takes a look at Brock on first base, now comes home. This is hit out to second base, the Hormel, the tag, throw over to first, close play, they're gonna say he got him! And that's an inning-ending double play. Brady Hormel tagging out Peyton Brock, making his way to second base, and then throwing out Garrett Kolar at first. And Anthony Alvarado faces the minimum here in the top of the second inning. We head to the bottom of the second. Pippins lead 3-0 here on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
The smell of fresh-cut barley, the sound of boots in a barn, the sight of the sun rising over the fields.
At Cascade Natural Gas, we help smart businesses cover their bases. Old, new, and in between. No matter the age of your building, they all benefit from energy-efficient choices. Cascade Natural Gas offers a long list of incentives for energy-efficient upgrades. Upgrades that save your business money every day. Become one of the many Cascade business owners benefiting from the quality, comfort, and savings of energy-efficient upgrades. Join Team Energy Efficiency and take advantage of rebates from Cascade Natural Gas.
What does traveling really cost you? After all the hassles and spendings along the way, how much do you really save? When you fly YKM, you can save on gas, money, sleep, parking fees, stress, and most of all, the one thing you can't get back, your time. Those savings really add up. What's that worth to you? Fly faster. Fly YKM. Visit flyykm.com, where you can connect to over 85 cities. Book your flight today.
Parent, he grows his own food, rides BMX, and has even been known to try a chainsaw carving or two. Mike's defined by his differences. At Heritage Bank, we think differences can build a better bank too. That together, we're more than a community bank, but rather a community of banks, which means more ideas for his business and yours.
Sawyer Chesley, Tanner Parker, and Aiden Welch do up for the Pippins here in the bottom of the second inning. Pingree Ford is the proud sponsor of tonight's second inning. Pingree Ford is your trusted Ford dealership in Selah with an extensive new and pre-owned inventory. Visit Pingree Ford at 102 West Natchez Avenue in Selah when you're looking for your next vehicle. Pippins out to an early 3-0 lead here in Game 2 of the non-league series against the Highline Bears. A towering home run for James Bell in the bottom of the first. First pitch to Chesley. He takes out to right center field. Center fielder Fawnlander ranging over and makes the catch for out number 1. One pitch and 1 out for Cameron Jenkins, the starting pitcher for the Bears tonight. And the shortstop Tanner Parker will step in now. Pippins led off this game with a double from Schwartz, a double from Hormel to score Schwartz, and a home run from James Bell to score Hormel and himself. First pitch to Parker, taken low for a ball, 1-0. Jenkins with the 1-0 now to Parker, who takes this out to right field. This one's down the right field line, and it gets past the right fielder, O'Grady. Parker rounds first, O'Grady up with the ball, throw in. to the cutoff man, not in time. And Tanner Parker gets to second base with a one-out double. The third double so far here early in this one for the Pippins.
Now batting for the Pippins, the third baseman, number 15, Aiden.
The 9-hole hitter, third baseman Aiden Welch, will step in with Tanner Parker on in scoring position out at second base, one out here in the bottom of the second inning. Pippins looking to extend their 3-0 lead. Jenkins comes set. Now the first pitch to Aiden Welch. He takes for a ball, 1-0. Fastball in the dirt. Aiden Welch did not play in yesterday's game against the Bears. He faces a 1-0 count now from Jenkins. Takes this next pitch out to right field. O'Grady ranging back, makes the catch, dealing with the sun out there, but it's deep enough to move Tanner Parker from second to third, and now Pippins have a runner on third base with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Back to the top of the order for the Pippins, Luke Schwartz led off this game with a double. Up now for his second at-bat. Tanner Parker on at third base. First pitch, and Schwartz showing bunt with 2 outs and a runner on third, but he pulls back and takes for a ball, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch now to Schwartz. Does not show bunt this time and takes again for a ball, 2-0. Fastball outside. Jenkins, the 2-0 pitch. This one's way outside, but stopped by the catcher, Brock. 3 balls and no strikes to Luke Schwartz. We'll see if he gets a green light from head coach Marcus McKimmey with a runner on third and 2 outs. Next pitch to him, taken up near his face. Has to back up a little bit, but he takes for ball 4, and the Pippins have runners on the corners.
Now batting for the Yakima Valley Pippins, number 7, Brady Hormel.
That brings up the second baseman, Brady Hormel. Parker on at third and Schwartz on at first base now for Hormel. Also a double in his first at-bat in the first inning. First pitch to Hormel. He takes a fastball on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. James Bell waiting on deck. The man of the hour so far, a 2-run home run over left field in the first inning. The 0-1 to Hormel. He takes this out to right field. O'Grady comes in just a couple steps, gets under it, and makes a catch for out number 3. So the Pippins with no runs on 1 hit, the double by Tanner Parker. He is stranded at third along with Schwartz stranded at first base. No errors on defense for the Bears here in the bottom of the second. We head to the top of the third inning. Pippins lead at 3-0.
Puget Sound native Mike Runyon can fit more in a day than most, which is good because in addition to being a craft beer pioneer and working parent, he grows his own food, rides BMX, and has even been known to try a chainsaw carving or 2. Mike's defined by his differences. At Heritage Bank, we think differences can build a better bank, too. That together, we're more than a community bank, but rather a community of banks, which means more ideas for his business and yours.
Sure, Drunk You is a pretty cool guy, but he's not exactly what you would call reliable. He's not a maker of great decisions, or for that matter, even adequate decisions. The point is, you shouldn't trust the version of you that created the macaroni taco to create a plan to get you home safe. Make a plan before you party.
Cascade Natural Gas.
What does traveling really cost you? After all the hassles and spendings along the way, how much do you really save? When you fly YKM, you can save on gas, money, sleep, parking fees, stress, and most of all, the one thing you can't get back, Your time. Those savings really add up. What's that worth to you? Fly faster. Fly YKM. Visit flyykm.com, where you can connect to over 85 cities. Book your flight today.
We head to the top of the third inning. Pippins lead 3-0 here at the Orchard over the Highline Bears. Bears will be back to the top of the lineup for the top of the third inning here with Torrey Doughton. Anthony Alvarado on the mound for the Pippins, getting his first start here in 2019. First pitch to Doughton is in the other batter's box and gets all the way back to the backstop for a ball 1-0. MLB trade deadline today at 1 p.m. Bunch of players being moved around. The 1-0 pitch from Alvarado. Hit out to third base. Tough hop for Welch. A great play, though, to get the pick, and a great throw over to first on a laser beam throw to first base for out number 1. Aiden Welch showing off some leather there at the hot corner. And there is one out for James Cobelt. Alvarado gets his sign, the windup, and the first pitch to Cobelt. Fastball in there for a strike, 0-1. Cobelt a walk in his first at-bat back in the first inning. Was left stranded at second base. Next pitch, another one that just gets away from Alvarado. Outside for a ball 1-1. MLB trade deadline a little bit different this year. They've called it a deadline for what seems like forever, but this year it was a true deadline. Next pitch, taken inside for a ball 2-1 is the count to James Cobelt. Absolutely no moves or trades after today at 1 p.m. in the MLB. Next pitch, a loose swing from James Cobelt. No contact made, and the count evens up to him. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Local trade deadline moves for the Seattle Mariners, dealing away Mike Leake, starting pitcher. Next pitch, a slider. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And Anthony Alvarado has his third strikeout of the day.
Now batting for Highline, the designated hitter, number 27, Keelan Martin.
That'll bring up the designated hitter, Kalen Martin. Alvarado getting his ERA down. Has not given up a run yet. First pitch to Martin. Inside for a ball 1-0. Alvarado had given up 11 earned runs in 2 1/3 innings worked so far this season coming into this game. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike to Martin. And Alvarado's slider has looked nasty today. He's gotten 2 strikeouts on that pitch so far. The 1-1. In the dirt for a ball, 2 balls and 1 strike. Kalen Martin 0 for 1 in this one, a line out to third base in the first inning. The 2-1 pitch from Alvarado. Outside for a ball, 3 balls and 1 strike is the count. Dylan O'Grady waiting on deck for the Bears. He struck out, swinging in his first plate appearance in the first inning. The 3-1 pitch from Alvarado. Outside corner for a strike. That was a borderline pitch. Kalen Martin starting to take off towards first base slowly, but called back by the home plate umpire. And 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the top of the third inning. The full count pitch. Swung on and fouled softly, but into the bleachers. Catcher James Bell with barely just not enough room to get to that one, as a kid will grab that foul ball. Always fun to see the little kids running after foul balls at the stadium. Kalen Martin takes his time now, steps back in, facing a full count against Anthony Alvarado. Alvarado, the windup and the payoff pitch. Low and in the dirt for a ball. Ball 4, and Kalen Martin takes first base. A runner on first with 2 outs now for Dylan O'Grady.
Now batting for Highline, the right fielder, number 21, Dylan O'Grady.
Dylan O'Grady batting in the cleanup spot once again for the Bears here tonight. Steps in for his second at-bat in this one. Alvarado, the side armor, working from the stretch now with the runner on first. First pitch to O'Grady, another slow pitch to him, and he swings and misses for strike one. And that was a repeat of O'Grady's last at-bat back in the first inning. Just looking for a fastball, but Alvarado not giving it to him. The 0-1 pitch to O'Grady. Fastball taken outside for a ball, 1-1. Kalen Martin takes his lead at first base. 2 outs here in the top of the third inning. Pippins leading 3-0. Alvarado comes set, now the 1-1 to O'Grady. Another slider, and O'Grady's out in front of it yet again. And the count moves to 1-2. O'Grady swung and missed at 2 sliders in his first at-bat, and has now swung and missed at 2 sliders here in this at-bat. We'll see if Alvarado goes back to that or tries to mix the speed up on him. The 1-2, runner takes off. Pitch is a slider on the outside corner, called strike 3, and Anthony Alvarado, with his 4th strikeout of the game, heads to the dugout and has not given up a run. Only 1 hit so far through the first 3 innings. We head to the bottom of the third. Pippins leading 3-0 here at the Orchard. We'll be right back on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match.
That's where I belong. That's where I belong. Call this home. That's where I belong. That's where I belong.
Finding the right home is inspiring. That's why at Banner, we listen, learn, and help you find the home loan that lets you achieve your dreams.
That's where I belong.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Open range AT that we believe is our quietest, smoothest, and best all-season traction tire ever, or the reputation our exclusive high-mileage premium passenger tire. Get even more road trip ready with our free pre-trip safety check. Stop by or book an appointment today at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
James Bell leads off the bottom of the third here for the Pippins and takes a strike called on the first pitch of the at-bat. Next pitch taken high for a ball, 1-1 to James Bell. Bell, Kyle Dean, and Tyler Dean due up for the Pippins here in the bottom of the third inning. They lead it 3-0. The 1-1 pitch to Bell. Skips in the dirt past the catcher. 2 balls and 1 strike is the count now. Anthony Alvarado, the starter for the Pippins, making it look easy out there tonight. No runs, 1 hit, and 4 strikeouts through 3 innings. James Bell, the 2-1. Huge swing and a miss at that one. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The fastball just gets by James Bell there, who had a 2-run home run in his first at-bat back in the bottom of the first inning. Next pitch to Bell. He swings and misses once again for strike 3 and out number 1. Cameron Jenkins finding a good location there for strike 3. James Bell heads back to the bench, and that brings up right fielder Kyle Dean. Pippins with only 1 run in yesterday's ball game against the Bears. It came in the bottom of the 8th. As the first pitch to Kyle Dean is a fastball in the lower outside third. Called a strike, 0-1. The 0-1 taken outside for a ball, 1-1. Pippins getting going early here in this one. A little bit of a different offensive output than last night so far. Jenkins with the 1-1 pitch. Kyle Dean takes high for a ball, 1-1. Excuse me, 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Dean takes just outside for a ball. 3 balls and 1 strike hitters count for Kyle Dean, who is 0 for 1 in this one, a fly out to center field back in the first inning. The next pitch. Beautiful breaking ball that starts inside, almost looking like it was going to hit the batter before breaking back into the inside corner of the strike zone. Count goes full, 3 balls and 2 strikes to Kyle Dean. Now the payoff pitch. Swung on, hit down the first base line, but just foul. That one rolls all the way into the corner. And that would have been extra bases if that was fair. However, if it was fair, the first baseman Keller might have made a play on that one. Pippins first base coached Justin Jacobs, otherwise known as JJ, having to get out of the way of that one. Kyle Dean steps back in. The 3-2 count. Cameron Jenkins gets his sign, the windup, and the delivery. Swung on and chopped. This one's fouled down the third base line slowly. Kyle Dean stays alive. And we'll come back for another pitch. Lots of moves in the MLB today with that trade deadline. Houston Astros getting Zach Greinke. San Francisco Giants pitcher Madison Bumgarner was in the talks, but it looks like he will stay in San Francisco as the next pitch is fouled off once again by Kyle Dean. A lot of teams that have been doing good in the MLB this year, the New York Yankees, Minnesota Twins, just to name a few. Not a lot of moves today on the trade deadline. Interestingly enough, a lot of teams try to go for a win now, but apparently not the Yankees or Twins. Another foul by Kyle Dean. Long at bat from Dean here. Tyler Dean waiting on deck. Kyle Dean working the pitch count of Cameron Jenkins. Now the 3-2 once more. This one is hit down the third base line and stays fair. Throw from third base is going to be just in time to get Kyle Dean. And there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning.
Now batting for the Pippins, the first baseman, number 36.
Fifth batter in the lineup, the first baseman Tyler Dean steps back in for his second at-bat in tonight's ball game against the Highline Bears. First pitch to Dean, a check swing, and it was pretty obvious that he went around on that one. Basically a 3/4 of a swing there. Count starts 0-1 to Tyler Dean. Next pitch from Jenkins. Swung on yet again. Fouled back to the backstop, 0-2. Jenkins working quickly on the mound now. Now the 0-2 pitch to Tyler Dean. Swung on, hit in between short and third, and out into left field for a base hit, and the Pippins have a 2-out base runner.
Now batting for the Pippins, the left fielder, number 46.
Stepping in now the left fielder Eddie Pelk for the Pippins. Bears starter Cameron Jenkins looking for his first 1-2-3 inning there, but Tyler Dean pokes one through the left side for a base hit. He's now on at first base. First pitch to Pelk. He swings at this one and pops it up into left field. The shortstop Doughton is back. Left fielder Kolar calling him off and making a basket catch for out number 3. Pippins with 3 runs in the bottom of the first, none since then, and we go to the top of the fourth. That's the score, 3-0. Pippins lead here on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Prosser Memorial Health's Grandview Clinic is now...
What does traveling really cost you? After all the hassles and spendings along the way, how much do you really save? When you fly YKM, you can save on gas, money, sleep, parking fees, stress, and most of all, the one thing you can't get back, your time. Those savings really add up. What's that worth to you? Fly faster. Fly YKM. Visit flyykm.com, where you can connect to over 85 cities. Book your flight today.
Les Schwab is proud to introduce 2 of our best tires ever just in time for summer road trip season. There's our exclusive open range AT that we believe is our quietest, smoothest, and best all-season traction tire ever. Or the Reputation, our exclusive high-mileage premium passenger tire. Get even more road trip ready with our free pre-trip safety check. Stop by or book an appointment today at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Then a great scoop of Baskin-Robbins ice cream. Your Baskin-Robbins store right here in Yakima on South First Street proudly supports Yakima Valley Pippins baseball. Make sure you stop by and grab a cup or cone of your favorite Baskin-Robbins flavor at the South First location. And then, next time you're at Yakima County Stadium, try out their awesome baseball medley. Baskin-Robbins ice cream and Pippins baseball will make your summer memorable.
We head to the top of the fourth inning here at the Orchard. Pippins leading 3-0. Austin Lane here in the broadcast booth tonight. Anthony Alvarado takes his spot back on the mound again for the Pippins, throwing an absolute gem so far. Only one hit given up, strikes out 4 batters so far. And the first pitch to the fourth inning leadoff hitter Kenny Miller is taken outside for a ball, 1-0. Tonight's fourth inning sponsor, Les Schwab, set the standard for tire service more than 65 years ago, and they continue to go out of their way to keep you on your way. Next pitch from Alvarado is a swing and a chop out to shortstop Tanner Parker with a dive, a pick out of the dirt. And a throw over to first gets on by first baseman Tyler Dean. And the Bears will begin with a runner on first here in the top of the fourth inning. With 3 locations in Yakima and Sela, the dedicated professionals at Les Schwab provide useful advice and excellent service every day. At Les Schwab, doing the right thing matters. So Kenny Miller reaching first on the throwing error by Tanner Parker. That'll bring up the center fielder J.J. Fawnlander for the Bears. First pitch from Alvarado. Slow slider. Drops in. Swing and a miss for a strike, 0-1. J.J. Fawnlander 0 for 1 in this one, a ground out back in the first inning. Alvarado steps off and a very slow throw over to first base, keeping Kenny Miller in check over there at first. He's back in safely. The 0-1 pitch now to Fawnlander is taken outside for a ball. 1-1. Anthony Alvarado, his first start of the summer tonight. Usually a reliever for the Pippins, but a non-league opponent means you can throw out a reliever as your starting pitcher. No stats count towards the season. This one's outside and it gets away from the catcher Bell, and that'll move Kenny Miller up to second base on the wild pitch. Count moves to 2-1 on J.J. Fawnlander. James Bell will walk out with Alvarado back towards the mound. Now James Bell will come back to his normal catching position. That's the third base runner to reach second base for the Bears tonight. Still looking for their first run. Fawnlander with a 2-1 count. Quick spin, but no throw from Alvarado over at second base. Kenny Miller, the second baseman, on at second. Alvarado takes a look back, now comes home with the 2-1 pitch. This one's inside, and this one goes off the foot of J.J. Fawnlander, the right foot. So he will get the empty first base, and Bears will have 2 base runners with nobody out here in the top of the fourth inning, and that prompts a mound visit from Pippins hitting coach Rob Hippie. Rob Hippie out to the mound for a mound visit with Anthony Alvarado. And while they are doing that, let's take a look at the West Coast League scoreboard. The Pippins playing in a non-league game against the Bears tonight. Corvallis leads Bend 4-0 in the bottom of the fourth inning. Port Angeles leads Kelowna 1-0 in the top of the fourth. Bellingham and Ridgefield tied at 1 apiece in the top of the fourth. Cowlitz and Victoria tied at 1 apiece in the bottom of the third. Walla Walla leads Portland 2-0 in the bottom of the first. That one just getting underway. And those are the West Coast League games going on tonight. And we're going to have a discussion between the field umpire and Bears head coach Josh Evans. Not sure what this could be about. And he quickly confirms something with Coach Evans for Highline. And it looks like we are ready to go here. Alvarado taking his spot back on the mound. Miller on at second, Fonlander on at first for Brock Keller, the first baseman. First pitch to Keller, a slider, taken on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. That slider's been working for Alvarado tonight. 4 strikeouts. 3 of them have been on the slider. First baseman Tyler Dean shielding the sun with his mitt. Now a bunt by Keller. He gets it down. It's a good one. Alvarado's going to make a tough throw to first, and it's not going to be in time. Bases are loaded for the Bears. A great bunt by Brock Keller. They're going to give Brock Keller an infield single for that one. No errors anywhere on that. Alvarado getting to the ball, making a good throw to first, just not in time. It was a beautiful bunt down the third base line. Bases are now loaded with nobody out for Peyton Brock, the 8-hole hitter for the Bears. Looking to cut into the 3-0 deficit the Pippins have on them. Pippins with 3 runs back in the bottom of the first inning. We're in the top of the fourth here. Alvarado, the first pitch, swung on, and this looked like it was going foul down the third base line, but it hit the grass line and came back fair territory. And the third baseman, Aiden Welch, having the awareness to come in and grab that ball and throw it home for the force out. James Bell steps on home, and the bases are still loaded, but now there's 1 out. A great play by Aiden Welch. And that was a weird bouncing ball down the third base line. Basically a swinging bunt that looked like it might have even been in foul territory for a second there, but that hit a rock or the edge of the grass line or something, and that came all the way back into fair territory. So that'll go as a 5-3 ground out in the first out here in the top of the fourth. That brings up the 9-hole hitter Kolar, who grounds the first pitch out to shortstop. An easy routine double play for Tanner Parker, but he muffs it out at short. That'll bring home a run on the error, and the bases are still loaded. Bears have their first run. It's 3-1 Pippins.
Now back for the Bears, the shortstop, number 16, Torrey Doughton.
Kenny Miller comes around to score. First run for the Bears here tonight. Back to the top of the lineup for the Bears, Torrey Doughton, the shortstop, stepping in for his third at-bat. Alvarado in a bit of a jam here in the top of the fourth inning. Bases loaded with 1 out. First pitch, swung on and ripped down the third base line, but foul. 0-1 is the count. Two errors by Tanner Parker so far in this inning defensively for the Pippins. And that one looked like it could have been the end of the inning. A routine ground ball and a perfect setup for a double play, but nonetheless, Bears still in it with bases loaded here. A slider taken outside for a ball, counts even 1-1 to Torrey Doughton. Doughton 1 for 2 in this one, a single in the first and a ground out in the third inning. Next pitch to him. He swings at and hits down the third base line. This one wraps around the third base bag, just past the outstretched glove of Aiden Welch and into left field for a base hit. J.J. Fonlander comes in to score, and Brock Keller right behind him, and we have a tie ball game, 3-3. The 2 RBI single by Torrey Doughton. Garrett Kolar makes his way to second base, and Torrey Doughton on at first. 2 errors in the inning, and all of a sudden we have a brand new ball game, and that will be the end of the night for Anthony Alvarado. A great start, though, for Alvarado. His slider was working wonders tonight, but the Pippins will bring in an arm from the bullpen. We'll tell you about him right after this on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Being pregnant can make normal routines complicated. Lincoln Avenue Medical Dental Center is uniquely suited to help make life a little bit easier for all moms. Our care teams will help you with appointments, dental visits, nutrition counseling, and more. Our registered nurses can help follow up with you and your baby at home. Parenthood can sometimes make your life a little more complicated. We are here to help. Visit our Mother's Lounge at every Yakima Valley Pippins home game. We're located next to the box office.
No one likes having to work on collection of debt, but when that time comes, one of the nation's best is right here in the Yakima Valley. YCCS is a locally owned, nationally renowned business that focuses on the customer's needs in a fair but firm manner. YCCS takes pride in their professionalism. Call 800-841-8573 or visit yccsusa.com to find out how they can help you recover what is rightfully yours. YCCS, a proud partner of your Yakima Valley Pippins.
Carrying top-notch supplies for more than 70 years in the Yakima Valley. Your hometown Ace Hardware stores in Yakima and Natchez provide attentive customer service and the best brands for all your home improvement project needs. Roy's Ace Hardware in downtown Yakima, Hometown Ace Hardware in Tieton Village in Yakima, and Oak Creek Hardware in Natchez also has fishing, hunting, landscaping, and cleaning equipment. Ace Hardware. Hardware supplies and competitive prices.
Pippins going with Mark Warnerovich out of the bullpen in relief for Anthony Alvarado. A great start for Alvarado here in tonight's game. He goes 3 1/3 innings, gives up 3 hits and 3 runs, but none of them earned. 3 walks and 4 strikeouts. His slider was nasty tonight. But for the second night in a row, the starting pitcher for the Pippins comes out without giving up an earned run, but also giving up runs without them being earned. So errors on defense not helping the Pippins. We have a brand new ball game. It's tied 3-3 now. Mark Warnerovich will come in with 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning and 2 runners on. Garrett Kollar on at second and Torrey Doughton on at first base. James Cobelt steps in, the third baseman. First pitch from Warnerovich is on the way and taken on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Warnerovich with a good fastball, finding the strike zone for the first pitch in this at-bat. Cobelt 0 for 1 in this one, a strikeout swinging last inning in the third, and a walk back in the first. He swings and hits this one foul out of play on the first base side. Right back into the parking lot here at the Orchard. Counts no balls and 2 strikes to James Cobelt. Bears with a runner on in scoring position. He is the leading run in tonight's ball game, if they can get him around. Warnerovich takes a look at him. Now comes home with it. The 0-2 pitch swung on and fouled in first base territory. Foul territory, a jump and a catch by the first baseman, Tyler Dean. That ball looked like it was going out of play, but the wind just came a little bit back in towards play. And Tyler Dean at first base makes a jump and a catch before the ball can hit the netting in foul territory over there. A great play. Keeps the runners on first and second base, and now 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning for Kalen Martin. Warnerovich taking his time. Now the first pitch to Kalen Martin. Jumps in front of the plate. Stopped by catcher James Bell, and a great one at that. Count starts at 1-0. Couple good defensive plays for the Pippins so far in tonight's game. Tyler Dean with a great catch over there in foul territory. Want to know is the count to Kalen Martin. Now the next pitch from Warnerovich is low and inside, a fastball. That misses the zone once again. 2-0. Bears with 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors. Pippins 3 runs on 5 hits and 2 errors so far. Warnerovich with the 2-0 pitch. Taken once again by Martin, and it's a fastball low and inside once again for ball 3. 3-0 is the count. Dylan O'Grady waiting on deck for the Bears. Next pitch to Martin. Outside corner called a strike. 3 balls and 1 strike is the count now. Martin 0 for 1, a line out in the first inning and a walk in the third inning. Pippins' defensive struggles continue. 2 errors so far here in the inning to knot this one up at 3-3. Next pitch to Martin. He takes a fastball low and inside for ball 4. And the bases are loaded.
Now batting for the Bears, the right fielder, number 21, Dylan O'Grady.
Dylan O'Grady, the 9th batter of the inning, coming up for the Bears. With the bases loaded and 2 outs, looking to take the lead here at Yakima County Stadium tonight. Here in sunny Yakima, Washington. Sun starting to set just a little bit over the hills. Warnerovich gets his sign now. The first pitch to O'Grady is high and outside for a ball, 1-0. A.J. Wood beginning to warm up in the Pippins bullpen. Warnerovich looking to get out of the top of the 4th inning here. The 1-0. O'Grady takes a fastball on the outside third for a strike. 1-1 is the count to him now. O'Grady a strikeout swinging in the first and a strikeout looking in the third. He did not like that call in the 3rd inning. It was a slider on the outside corner by Anthony Alvarado. And O'Grady asked the home plate umpire, where was that one? Next pitch, he swings and fouls it out of play, but the bat goes flying out of his hands towards the Pippins dugout. Count moves to 1-2, and a player in the Pippins dugout grabs his bat for him. Didn't fly into the dugout, but looks like it may have bounced into it. O'Grady not wearing batting gloves. And here comes a teammate to actually give him some batting gloves, so there you go. The on-deck batter, Kenny Miller, who led off this inning, comes out and says, okay, buddy, you need to wear batting gloves now. No more flying bats. He also gives him a little bit more tar on his bat. Gets some tar on the batting gloves, and that bat is not going anywhere. O'Grady takes his time to strap those gloves on. There he goes, sticking the tar on those. And finally steps back in, facing a 1-2 count. Warnerovich comes set, looking to get out of the top of the 4th. Now the 1-2 pitch to O'Grady. Swinging a hit out to left center field. This one is down in the gap. And that's going to be extra bases. Eddie Pelk up with it in left field. In comes Garrett Kolar, and in comes Torrey Doughton. And the Bears now lead at 5-3 here in the top of the 4th inning.
For the Bears, the second baseman, number 22, Kenny Miller.
A 2 RBI single for Dylan O'Grady to the right center gap. Makes it 5-3. Bears on top. A 5-run inning once again for them. They had a 5-run inning in the top of the 6th last night. Now a 5-run inning here in the top of the 4th. Martin on at second, O'Grady on at first, and that brings up Kenny Miller for his second at-bat of the inning. Miller with a check swing, and he hits the ball foul towards the on-deck batter, J.J. Fawnlander, waiting for his second at-bat of the inning if he can get up. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. Bears lead at 5-3 now. Mark Warnerovich looking to get out of this inning, came in with 2 outs, only had 1 more out to get. But since then, a single, a fly out, a walk, and a single. Next pitch taken for a strike, 0-2, is the count to Kenny Miller, who led off this inning reaching base on the throwing error by Tanner Parker. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss into the glove of James Bell. And the Pippins finally get out of this inning. A 5-run top of the 4th inning for the Bears, and they take a 5-3 lead. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Coming up right after this on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Dickey's Barbecue in Rainier Square in Yakima.
What does traveling really cost you? After all the hassles and spendings along the way, how much do you really save? When you fly YKM, you can save on gas, money, sleep, parking fees, stress, and most of all, the one thing you can't get back, your time. Those savings really add up. What's that worth to you? Fly faster. Fly YKM. Visit flyykm.com, where you can connect to over 85 cities. Book your flight today.
Les Schwab is proud to introduce two of our best tires ever just in time for summer road trip season. There's our exclusive open range AT that we believe is our quietest, smoothest, and best all-season traction tire ever. Or the Reputation, our exclusive high-mileage premium passenger tire. Get even more road trip ready with our free pre-trip safety check. Stop by or book an appointment today at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Sela offers an upscale dining experience in a relaxed atmosphere in downtown Sela. With savory entrees and specialty drinks, Tailgaters provides something for customers of all ages. Cheer on your favorite team in the restaurant while experiencing 1950s charm with a modern twist. Visit Tailgaters Bar and Grill today, located at 110 East 3rd Avenue at Viking Village in Sela. Tailgaters Bar and Grill.
Seven, 8, 9 batters due up for the Pippins here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Sawyer, Chesley, Tanner Parker, and Aiden Welch. Bears with a big 5-run top of the fourth to take the lead. 5-3 is the score now here at the Orchard. Jenkins with the first pitch to Chesley, who takes for a ball 1-0. Chesley 0 for 1 in this one, a fly out to center field in the second inning. The 1-0 now to him. Swung on and hit out to center field. This one's dying quickly, and this one is going to be caught on a half slide by the center fielder, J.J. Fawnlander, for out number 1. That'll bring up shortstop Tanner Parker. Parker with 2 defensive errors there in the top of the fourth, looking to shake that off. He has a chance to make up for it just a little bit with the bat here in the bottom half of the inning. First pitch to him is taken high and inside for a ball 1-0. Parker a double in his first at-bat back in the second inning, looking to continue that. The 1-0 pitch to him. He hacks at this high fastball and misses for a strike 1-1. The 1-1 to Parker. Foul ball down the first base line. Count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Highline Bears coming over from White Center, a suburb of Seattle, just south of Seattle. The 1-2 pitch to Parker's in the dirt for a ball 2-2. Bears playing the Pacific International League, coming over for a 2-game non-league series with the Pippins here at Yakima County Stadium. The 2-2 pitch to Tanner Parker. Swing and a foul. Back to the backstop. Count stays 2-2. Pippins with an off day tomorrow, then we will be back for a 6:35 first pitch against Wenatchee in Wenatchee on Friday. Next pitch to Tanner Parker is high and outside for a ball, and the count goes full to him. Anthony Alvarado getting the start for the Pippins tonight, and a great one. Came into this one with a 42.42 ERA and goes 3 innings of scoreless baseball. Parker pops this one out to left field, and Garrett Kolar comes in just a couple steps and makes the grab for the second out here in the bottom of the fourth. Cameron Jenkins giving up 3 runs to the Pippins in the bottom of the first inning, but since then has been in quite the groove as the 9-hole hitter, the third baseman, Aiden Welch, steps in for his second at-bat. Welch takes the first pitch for a strike, 0-1. A little bit confused where that one could have been, but shrugs it off. Count starts, no balls and 1 strike. Next pitch taken outside for a ball. Count evens up to Welch. 1 ball and 1 strike. Jenkins, a fly ball pitcher for the Bears. Pippins with 2 flyouts in the first, 3 in the second, 1 in the third, now 2 so far here in the fourth. Next pitch to Welch, he takes for a ball, 2-1. The 2-1. Outside corner for a strike, and again, Aiden Welch does not like that call. But to be fair, the home plate umpire has been consistent with that strike call all night long, calling things on the outside corner. And the count's even 2-2 to Aiden Welch, who makes contact with this one. Foul ball straight back to the on-deck batter, Luke Schwartz. Makes the grab on the bounce. Count stays 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jenkins looking for his first 1-2-3 inning. He's 1 strike away from it. With 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth, now the 2-2 pitch from him. Check swing, and he did go around, dropped 3rd strike, but the catcher Brock up with it, tag, applied, and there is a 1-2-3 inning for the Bears on defense. We head to the top of the 5th inning. Bears lead at 5-3, looking to extend their lead right after this on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
With stores in Yakima and Sela,
Prosser Memorial Health's Grandview Clinic is now open and accepting new patients. Services include family medicine, women's health, mental health, and after-hours care. The Grandview Clinic is open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week to best serve you and your loved ones. Walk-ins are welcome, and se habla español. This is how we care.
At Cascade Natural Gas, we help smart businesses cover their bases. Old, new, and in between. No matter the age of your building, they all benefit from energy-efficient choices. Cascade Natural Gas offers a long list of incentives for energy-efficient upgrades. Upgrades that save your business money every day. Become one of the many Cascade business owners benefiting from the quality, comfort, and savings of energy-efficient upgrades. Join Team Energy Efficiency and take advantage of rebates from Cascade Natural Gas.
$10 a month, you can work out at your own pace and just do you. However you want, whenever you want. Get free fitness training and tons of cardio and strength equipment, plus a totally friendly staff for just $10 a month with absolutely no judgment. We want you to be you for just $10 a month. Come in for a free tour or join online at planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness. Annual membership fee applies. Participating locations only. See club for details.
The Pippins bring in another bullpen arm here as we head into the top of the 5th inning. Tonight's 5th inning is brought to you by Denny's, located at 3704 Fruitvale Boulevard in Yakima and 2603 Rudkin Road in Union Gap. Kids eat free at Denny's from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. on Tuesdays and Saturdays, and you can get a 20% off coupon at the Orchard just for attending a game. The Pippins are proud to partner with Denny's in Yakima and Union Gap. Spencer Bailey entering the game on the mound for the Pippins now here in the top of the 5th inning. Bears leading off with J.J. Fawnlander with a 5-3 lead. First pitch to him is a fastball taken high for a ball, 1-0. Mark Warnerovich exits, throwing 2/3 of an inning, giving up 1 hit, 1 walk, striking out 1 batter, and he did not give up a run. Next pitch taken again for a ball, 2-0. Fawnlander 0 for 1 in this one, a ground out in the first, and he was hit by a pitch back in the 4th inning. He takes a fastball up high again, and the count is 3 balls and no strikes. Spencer Bailey, quick worker on the mound, comes set now the 3-0. He takes a strike, and the count is 3-1 to J.J. Fawnlander. Fawnlander 1 for 2 in last night's ball game. He's been hit by a pitch in both games. Now he takes this pitch outside for a ball. And the Bears once again have their leadoff batter on first base to begin the inning. Up now, the 7th hitter in the lineup, Brock Keller. Fawnlander with his lead at first base. And the first pitch to Keller is a fastball taken inside for a ball, 1-0. Bailey looking for the strike zone here. Brock Keller 1 for 2 in this one, a strikeout looking in the second and a single in the fourth inning. The 1-0 pitch to him is taken outside for a ball, 2-0. And out comes Pippins pitching coach Rob Hippie, who will have a quick word with Spencer Bailey, the new pitcher on the mound for the Pippins. Let's take a look at the MLB scoreboard from today. The Indians beating the Astros 10-4. Rays lead the Red Sox 8-5 in the bottom of the ninth inning. Rangers beating the Mariners in the bottom of the seventh 9-5. They just scored a run. Mariners on a good winning streak, looking like that might come to an end tonight. Mets and White Sox tied at 1 apiece in the bottom of the eighth. Cubs lead the Cardinals 2-0 in the top of the eighth, and the Brewers lead the Athletics 2-1 in Oakland at the end of the third inning. Also earlier today, Braves beating the Nationals 5-4, Reds beating the Pirates 4-1, Yankees beating the Diamondbacks 7-5, Blue Jays over the Royals 4-1, Dodgers over the Rockies 5-1, Tigers over the Angels 9-1, and Giants over the Phillies 5-1. Hippie back to the dugout, and Bailey ready to go. Now finds the strike zone. 2 balls and 1 strike on the fastball that batter Brock Keller took there. Counts now 2-1. Tyler Dean holding J.J. Fawnlander on at first base, dealing with the sun, so we probably won't see a pickoff move here. Next pitch, a ground ball that takes a weird hop out to Brady Hormel. Flip to second in time. Tanner Parker over to first. It's off the top of Tyler Dean's glove. And it hits the fencing area in foul territory, so Keller safe at first base, but Fawnlander cut off at second on the force out.
Now back for the Bears, the catcher number 24, Peyton Brock.
That'll bring up Peyton Brock, the catcher, in tonight's ball game for the Bears, with Brock Keller on at first base to take J.J. Fawnlander's spot in the ground out there. Bears with less hits than the Pippins, but 2 more runs than them. They have 4 hits, while the Pippins have 5. First pitch to Brock is taken outside for a ball. 5 runs, 4 hits for the Bears. 3 runs on 5 hits for the Pippins. Bailey with a look over to first base. Not much of a lead at all by Brock Keller. Next pitch to Brock. Hit foul territory, third base side. Aiden Welch over. Has to fall to his knees to make the catch, but he makes the catch in foul territory for out number 2. Two outs now here in the top of the 5th inning for Garrett Kolar, the left fielder. Aiden Welch having to deal with a little bit of wind, a little bit of sun. At least not a little bit of rain, that is for sure. First pitch to Kolar. In there for a strike, 0-1 is the count. The clouds have disappeared here in Yakima. The heat has not. 85 degrees and sunny. The 0-1 pitch outside for a ball, 1-1. Kolar 0 for 1 in this one, grounded into a double play in the second inning, then reached on an error by Tanner Parker in the 5-run 4th inning for the Bears. Keller takes his lead at first, now the 1-1 pitch. Low and inside for a ball, 2 balls and 1 strike to Garrett Kolar. Bears leadoff batter Torrey Doughton waiting on deck. He's 2 for 3 in this one with 2 singles. Spencer Bailey looking to get out of the top of the 5th inning here. 2 balls and 1 strike is the count. This one's hit back up towards the middle. Tanner Parker, the shortstop, over. Gets the ball and flips it to Brady Hormel, covering the bag at second for the force out on Brock Keller, and that will end the top of the 5th inning. We head to the bottom of the 5th, halfway done in this one. Bears leading 5-3 on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Sure, Drunk You is a pretty cool guy, but he's not exactly what you would call reliable. He's not a maker of great decisions, or for that matter, even adequate decisions. The point is, you shouldn't trust the version of you that created the macaroni taco to create a plan to get you home safe. Make a plan before you party.
He grows his own food, rides BMX, and has even been known to try a chainsaw carving or two. Mike's defined by his differences. At Heritage Bank, we think differences can build a better bank, too. That together, we're more than a community bank, but rather a community of banks, which means more ideas for his business and yours.
Back to the top of the lineup for the Pippins as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Luke Schwartz leading off, and he takes the first pitch from Cameron Jenkins for a strike, the starting pitcher for the Highline Bears tonight. Giving up 3 runs in the bottom of the 1st inning. Since then, the Pippins have 2 hits and no runs. Next pitch, a slow breaking ball in there for a strike, and the count is 0-2 early to Luke Schwartz. Schwartz led off this game with a double and eventually came around to score. Also has a walk in the 2nd inning. He takes this one the opposite way, and this is a bloop single out into right field as that one finds the grass, and the Pippins have a base runner with nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th. And that brings up Brady Hormel.
Now batting for the Yakima Valley Pippins, the second baseman, number 7, Brady Hormel.
Schwartz, the only batter in the lineup for the Pippins that has reached base all 3 times tonight. First pitch to Hormel, taken low and inside for a ball, 1-0. And I shouldn't say all 3 times. He's the only batter with 3 at-bats other than Brady Hormel, who's up now. He is the only batter in the lineup that has reached base in all of his at-bats so far. Hormel dealing with a 1-0 count. Takes, and this pitch is outside for a ball, 2-0. Hormel is 1 for 2 in this one, an RBI double to drive in Luke Schwartz in the 1st inning, then a fly out in the 2nd. See if he can drive in Luke Schwartz again here in the bottom of the 5th. Pippins trail 5-3. Slow pickoff move by Cameron Jenkins over to first to keep Luke Schwartz on as he's back in safely. The 2-0 now from Jenkins to Hormel off the end of his bat and rolling down the third base line on the chalk, but then skips foul at the end. That would have been a tough play for Bears third baseman James Cobelt if that had stayed fair. But it goes foul and the count moves to 2-1 on Brady Hormel. Jenkins with the next pitch to Hormel, who pops this one out to right field. O'Grady moving back and makes the catch in the shade for out number 1. Luke Schwartz back to first base. Now 1 runner on and 1 out for James Bell.
Now batting for the Pippins, the catcher, number 6, James Bell.
James Bell, a big 2-run shot over the left field wall back in the 1st inning. And that's what made it 3-0 back in the 1st. The Pippins still have 3 runs, looking for Some more runs in this one. They trail the Bears 5-3 here in the bottom of the 5th as James Bell takes the first pitch outside for a ball, 1-0. Bell with that home run in the first inning has struck out swinging since in the 3rd. Schwartz with a small lead over at first base, and the next pitch to James Bell. A late strike call by the home plate umpire evens it up at 1-1. Kyle Dean waiting on deck for the Pippins, looking for his first hit in this one. 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th to James Bell. Next pitch. Foul ball. Up out of play on the right field side. Count moves to 1-2 on James Bell. Jenkins gets his sign, now comes set, and the 1-2 pitch. Taken high for a ball. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Bell. James Bell with a 2-2 count, and the runner was taken off. Luke Schwartz trying to get a good jump, trying to time out the pitcher Cameron Jenkins and go with the pitch there, but took off a little too early. He's back into first safely, though, as Jenkins stepped off, making Schwartz go back to first. And if Jenkins had pitched that ball, there was no way Schwartz would have been out at second base. James Bell hits this one out to left field. This one's got some carry. It's at the wall. It hits off the wall. No, he makes the catch. The left fielder, Garrett Kolar, made the catch. I can't believe what I'm seeing. I thought there was no way he could make that catch. My line of sight is just a little bit blocked by a pole holding a net up here at the orchard. And I thought that ball was off the wall. It looked like it had enough distance to go up over the wall for James Bell's second home run of the night. And then once I realized it wasn't getting out, I thought it was going off the wall, but Garrett Kolar making an absolutely amazing catch out there in left field, slamming into the wall and quickly getting the ball back in. So Luke Schwartz stays at first base. What a play. That brings up Kyle Dean, who takes the first pitch from Jenkins in there for a strike, 0-1. A huge second out of the inning here in the bottom of the 5th for the Bears on defense. The 0-1 pitch to Dean. He drives this one out to right center field. This one's got some carry, but O'Grady ranges to his right, camps under it in the Yakima shade, and makes the catch for out number 3. Pippins with a chance to do something there, but nothing happening as we head to the top of the 6th inning. It's the Bears leading the Pippins 5-3 here on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Puget Sound native Mike Runyon can fit more in a day than most, which is good because in addition to being a craft beer pioneer and working parent, he grows his own food, rides BMX, and has even been known to try a chainsaw carving or two. Mike's defined by his differences. At Heritage Bank, we think differences can build a better bank too. That together, we're more than a community bank, but rather a community of banks, which means more ideas for his business and yours.
Prosser Memorial Health's Grandview Clinic is now open and accepting new patients. Services include family medicine, women's health, mental health, and after-hours care. The Grandview Clinic is open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week to best serve you and your loved ones. Walk-ins are welcome and se habla español. This is how we care.
Cost you? After all the hassles and spendings along the way, how much do you really save? When you fly YKM, you can save on gas, money, sleep, parking fees, stress, and most of all, the one thing you can't get back, your time. Those savings really add up. What's that worth to you? Fly faster. Fly YKM. Visit flyykm.com, where you can connect to over 85 cities. Book your flight today.
We head to the top of the 6th here at the Orchard. Highline Bears, the visiting team tonight, leading the Pippins 5-3. Spencer Bailey out on the mound for the Pippins, getting ready for the top of the 6th. First pitch to leadoff batter Tori Doughton is taken for a ball, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch now from Bailey. Taken inside for a ball, 2 balls in, no strikes is the count. Pippins getting a base runner there in the bottom of the 5th, but not getting him around to score. A great play by Bears left fielder Garrett Kolar down in the corner near the foul pole to keep the Pippins at 3 runs. Next pitch from Bailey to Doughton is taken inside, and Doughton has a hitter's count, 3 balls and no strikes. Bailey looking for the strike zone, but not even close, as Tori Doughton has to duck out of the way of this one. It goes right up over his head, a fastball that Bailey lost control of, and Doughton takes first base with a base on balls to begin the top of the 6th inning. Presenting the 6th inning, the Yakima Herald Republic and YakimaHerald.com are your best sources for local sports, news, entertainment, and lifestyle information from across Central Washington. Call 575-7755 to subscribe to a print or digital package. The Yakima Herald Republic, they tell your stories. Nobody out, and Tori Doughton on at first base for James Cobelt, who takes for a ball, 1-0. Cobelt 0 for 2 in this one, a walk in the 1st, strikeout swinging in the 3rd, and a flyout in the 4th inning. Bears looking to extend their 5-3 lead here in the top of the 6th inning of Game 2 of a non-league series between the Bears and the Pippins. Wind has picked up a little bit here in Yakima. Sun has set though. Next pitch inside, 2-0. Bailey looking for a first strike here in the inning. Kalen Martin waiting on deck for the Bears. Bailey takes a look at first now, gets his sign and comes set in the 2-0. This one was in the strike zone, but it was hit right back up the middle, and it slowly dribbles in between second and short, right up over the second base bag and into center field for a base hit. A walk and a single puts 2 men on for Kalen Martin, the Bears' designated hitter. And Pippins catcher James Bell will stay out near the mound to have a word with Spencer Bailey before coming back behind home plate. Pippins with 9 league games left in the season, 3 at Wenatchee beginning this Friday, 3 at Cowlitz beginning next Tuesday, and 3 at home versus Walla Walla beginning next Friday. First pitch of the at-bat from Bailey's in there for a strike. The first strike that has gotten past home plate in the inning. Count starts 0-1 to Kalen Martin. Bailey comes set, takes a look at second, now the 0-1. Swing and a miss by Kalen Martin, and the count moves to 0-2. Both teams with 5 hits now. Bears with 5 runs on 5 hits, and Pippins with 3 runs on 5 hits and 2 errors. No errors for the Bears on defense tonight. Kalen Martin steps back in facing 0-2 and takes the next pitch for a ball. A fastball up high, just barely. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Doesn't matter that the sun has set a little bit here in Yakima. It's still 85 degrees. The 1-2 outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Count is even to Kalen Martin. The Yakima heat wave is going to be around for a while as well. My weather forecast only goes out 14 days, but it is the little sun emoji for the next 14 days with a high of 97 degrees next Monday. The 2-2. Swung on and chopped fair up over the head of the pitcher, Spencer Bailey, trying to get over to it, but Brady Hormel, the second baseman, comes in on the grounder and throws out Kalen Martin at first base. It does advance the runners. So the Bears now with Doughton on at third and Cobelt on at second base with their designated hitter, right fielder Dylan O'Grady, coming up with 1 out. A close play at first, but still 1 out now, and the infielders will come in for the Pippins, trying to cut the run off at home. If the Bears will try and get that runner to come in. First pitch to O'Grady, he swings and misses at the first pitch, 0-1. O'Grady 1 for 3 in this one. Strikeout swinging in the first, strikeout looking in the third, then a 2 RBI single in the 4th inning. That was the 4th and 5th run for the Bears in this one. O'Grady swings and misses at the next one, and the count's quickly 0-2. That was a big single by O'Grady in the 4th inning to give the Bears the lead. It was with 2 outs. We would still be tied at 3 apiece if he hadn't have hit that single. O'Grady takes this one the opposite way out in the right field. This is a blooper. Coming in is the right fielder, Dean. Can't get to it in time. Throw in to the cutoff man. And the Bears now lead at 6-3 on the RBI single by Dylan O'Grady. Torrey Doughton comes in to score on the RBI single by Dylan O'Grady. James Cobelt makes his way to third, and O'Grady now on at first with still only 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning for second baseman Kenny Miller. Throw over to first to keep O'Grady on at first over there, and he's back in safely. Bears now lead at 6-3 here in the top of the 6th inning, 1 out. And 2 runners on for them. Spencer Bailey on the mound for the Pippins, the 3rd pitcher for the Pippins this game. First pitch to Miller is cut on and missed for a strike, 0-1. Miller 0 for 1 in this one, a walk in the first, reached on an error in the 4th, and a strikeout swinging to end the 5th inning. To end the 4th. He came up 2 times in the 4th inning. He was the leadoff batter and was also the final batter of the inning. He takes the next pitch just outside for a ball, 1-1. Bailey getting his sign from Pippins catcher James Bell, with James Cobelt on at third and Dylan O'Grady on at first, the 1-1. Swung on and fouled towards the Bears bench. Count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes on Kenny Miller. Dylan O'Grady with 3 RBIs tonight after starting 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, and he was not fond of the second one. It was a strikeout looking, a slider on the outside corner by Pippin's starting pitcher Anthony Alvarado. And since then, he has done nothing but damage. 1-2 is the count to Miller. Next pitch taken outside for a ball, 2-2. Infield looking for a double play with 1 out here in the top of the 6th. 2-2 is the count to Miller. Bailey comes set now, the delivery. Swing and a miss. Foul tipped into the glove of James Bell for out number 2. A big out there for the Pippins defensively, and J.J. Fawnlander, the center fielder, will step in. Bears winning last night 6-1. Leading 6-3 here tonight. First pitch to Fawnlander. He swings and misses at a fastball in the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. O'Grady at first takes off. Fake throw down to second on the pitch. And they're going to say catcher's interference. So O'Grady, the base runner on first base, taking off to second. And the pitch was swung on and missed by the batter, J.J. Fawnlander. And the home plate umpire says that Fawnlander interfered with the throw down to second base to try and get O'Grady. It wasn't even a throw. It was a fake throw, but Bears head coach Josh Evans comes out, a quick word with the home plate umpire, and he is heading back, so that will be the end of the inning. We'll head to the bottom of the sixth. Bears lead it now 6-3 on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready
Call this home. That's where I belong. That's where I belong. Call this home. That's where I belong. That's where I belong.
Finding the right home is inspiring. That's why at Banner, we listen, learn, and help you find the home loan that lets you achieve your dreams.
That's where I belong.
Les Schwab is proud to introduce two of our best tires ever just in time for summer road trip season. There's our exclusive open range AT that we believe is our quietest, smoothest, and best all-season traction tire ever. Or the Reputation, our exclusive high-mileage premium passenger tire. Get even more road trip ready with our free pre-trip safety check. Stop by or book an appointment today at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters. Road trip season. There's our exclusive open range AT that we believe is our quietest, smoothest, and best all-season traction tire ever. Or the Reputation, our exclusive high-mileage premium passenger tire. Get even more road trip ready with our free pre-trip safety check. Stop by or book an appointment today at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Pippins now trail 6-3 as we head to the bottom of the sixth inning, and they lead off with the first baseman Tyler Dean, who takes the first pitch for a strike 0-1. One run for the Bears there in the top of the sixth inning to double their lead over the Pippins, 6-3. Dean takes the next pitch and hits it out to the second baseman Miller. Throw over to first in time for out number one. That brings up the left fielder Eddie Pelk. Pippins looking to cut into this 6-3 deficit. A good starting performance for Anthony Alvarado tonight for the Pippins, as the first pitch to Pelk is taken outside for a ball 1-0. Alvarado, his first start of the season for Yakima, he went 3 1/3, gave up no earned runs, and struck out 4 batters. Next pitch to Pelk outside for a ball 2-0 is the count. Pelk 0 for 2 in this one, 2 flyouts, 1 to right field and 1 to left field in the first and third inning respectively. Next pitch to him is on the outside corner for a strike. Counts now 2-1. Next pitch to Pelk, a slider, backdoor that breaks back over the plate and evens up the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bears starting pitcher Cameron Jenkins still out on the mound, and Pelk fouls the next one down the left field line out of play for to keep the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cameron Jenkins working into the 6th inning here for the Bears. The 2-2 now to Pelk. Takes this one, once again a ground ball out to the second baseman Kenny Miller. Throw to first is in time yet again, getting the speedy Eddie Pelk for out number 2. That brings up the designated hitter Sawyer Chesley. Cameron Jenkins is in an absolute groove on the mound for the Highline Bears. Started off the game giving up back-to-back doubles by Luke Schwartz and Brady Hormel, and then a 2-run home run to James Bell. Since then, Pippins have had 4 base runners. First pitch to Chesley is popped up into the air. Second baseman Miller goes over and makes the catch, and Miller makes all 3 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2 ground outs and a fly out. And just like that, a 1-2-3 inning for the Pippins. We head to the top of the 7th. Bears leading 6-3, looking to extend their lead. After this on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
At Cascade Natural Gas, we help smart businesses cover their bases. Old, new, and in between. No matter the age of your building, they all benefit from energy-efficient choices. Cascade Natural Gas offers a long list of incentives for energy-efficient upgrades. Upgrades that save your business money every day. Become one of the many Cascade business owners benefiting from the quality, comfort, and savings of energy-efficient upgrades. Join Team Energy Efficiency and take advantage of rebates from Cascade Natural Gas.
What does traveling really cost you? After all the hassles and spendings along the way, how much do you really save? When you fly YKM, you can save on gas, money, sleep, parking fees, stress, and most of all, the one thing you can't get back, your time. Those savings really add up. What's that worth to you? Fly faster. Fly YKM. Visit flyykm.com, where you can connect to over 85 cities. Book your flight today.
Nothing is sweeter for the warm summer months than a great scoop of Baskin-Robbins ice cream. Your Baskin-Robbins store right here in Yakima on South 1st Street proudly supports Yakima Valley Pippins baseball. Make sure you stop by and grab a cup or cone of your favorite Baskin-Robbins flavor at the South 1st location. And then, next time you're at Yakima County Stadium, try out their awesome baseball medley. Baskin-Robbins ice cream and Pippins baseball will make your summer memorable.
The first pitch to Brock Keller is a check swing called a strike by the field umpire to start off the top of the 7th inning here at the Orchard. Bears leading the Pippins 6-3. Keller takes the next pitch from Spencer Bailey for a ball, and that evens up the count 1-1. Keller, Brock, and Collar due up for the Bears. They're 7, 8, 9 hitters here in the top of the 7th. Next pitch from Bailey's taken outside for a ball, 2-1. J.J. Fawnlander, the third out in the top of the 6th inning, called for catcher's interference. Not a call you see every day. The 2-1 popped up, foul territory. Third baseman Aiden Welch ranging over, and he drops it. Earlier, there was a pop-up in foul territory that Aiden Welch had to fall over to make the catch, and this time it pops out of his glove, and the count will stay 2-2. It's that perfect time of the night where it could be tough to deal with some balls in the air in between daylight and nighttime, as Brock Keller looking to injure one of his teammates there. A foul ball straight towards their dugout. And it went off the wall, a couple players having to duck. Count still 2-2. Next pitch, he fouls off, this time right at the Pippins dugout, not as hard. This one bounces over to the dugout. Keller 1 for 3 in this one, a single back in the 4th inning, a big 4th inning for the Bears, a 5-run 4th inning. Next pitch, taken outside, count goes full. Bears looking to extend their 6-3 lead they have over the Pippins here in the top of the 7th inning. The full count pitch. Swung on and hit out to shortstop. Tanner Parker with a Derek Jeter throw over at short. And the first baseman, Tyler Dean, faking like the ball got past him, but Brock Keller into first base with a leadoff single. Tanner Parker going for it all basically there. A Derek Jeter jump in the air and full body turn in midair with the throw. Brock Keller too fast for that. Bailey with a quick throw over before he even comes set to keep Keller on at first, try and get him napping, but Keller back in safely. Bailey now comes set facing Peyton Brock, the catcher. First pitch outside for a ball, 1-0. Brock 0 for 2 in this one. Ground out in the 4th, fly out in the 5th, and was hit by a pitch back in the 2nd inning. 1-0 is the count from Bailey. Next pitch, just high for a ball, 2-0. This game does not count towards the league standings in the West Coast League, as the 2-0 pitch is a breaking ball that comes in and is called a strike. No attempt made by Peyton Brock, and the count's now 2 balls and 1 strike. Another throw over to first, and Keller is back in safely. Pippins 8-11 in conference play in the second half, 4.5 games out of first place. As the next pitch, it's fouled down the first base line towards the Bears bullpen. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Victoria and Wenatchee tied atop the North Division that the Pippins are a part of. And Pippins are traveling up to Wenatchee to take on the Apple Sox in a 3-game series on Friday. So 4.5 games behind. If they could find a way to sweep Wenatchee, it's a possible playoff scenario after that. But back in this game, we have a strike him out back pick to first base for a double play. Great play by the catcher, James Bell. A little bit confusing for the first base runner, Brock Keller, as Peyton Brock took a called strike 3 looking, and it looked like the ball had gotten away from James Bell, so Keller started taking off towards second, and then by the time he realized Bell had the ball, Bell had already thrown it back to first for the double play. That brings up Garrett Kolar, who takes the first pitch for a strike, 0-1. Bailey back in the windup now with the 0-1 pitch. This one's inside and brushes Kolar off the plate. Count is 1-1. Kolar 0 for 2 in this one. 2 ground outs, one of them for a double play in the second inning. Reached on an error in the fourth. The 1-1 pitch to him. Slow breaking ball, swung on and missed. And the count goes to 1-2. Three errors for the Pippins on defense today. And the 1-2 pitch is swung on and fouled into the first base territory. Over is Tyler Dean, but runs out of room. Count stays 1-2. Two pitchers warming up in the Bears bullpen. As of right now, their starting pitcher, Cameron Jenkins, still in the game. He has thrown 6 innings of 3-run ball, 5 hits for the Pippins. The 1-2 pitch, check swing, and he went around, but he fouled it off on the check swing. So he stays alive. Kolar with the 1-2 count. Nobody warming up in the Pippins bullpen. Bailey on the mound now, the third pitcher of the game so far. The 1-2 pitch from him. Slow breaking ball that Kolar just barely gets a piece of and fouls it to the backstop. Count stays 1-2. After this, only 3 more home games left for the Pippins next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Not this Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but the Friday, Saturday, Sunday after that. Next pitch to Kolar. He takes high for a ball, 2-2 is the count. That final game of the season, fan appreciation night. Come on down to the Orchard. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3 and out number 3. Keller reaches base with the leadoff single, but gets back picked at first on the strike him out, throw him out double play by the catcher James Bell. And another strikeout.
Puget Sound native Mike Runyon can fit more in a day than most, which is good because in addition to being a craft beer pioneer and working parent, he grows his own food, rides BMX, and has even been known to try a chainsaw carving or 2. Mike's defined by his differences. At Heritage Bank, we think differences can build a better bank too. That together, we're more than a community bank, but rather a community of banks, which means more ideas for his business and yours.
Sure, Drunk You is a pretty cool guy, but he's not exactly what you would call reliable. He's not a maker of great decisions, or for that matter, even adequate decisions. The point is, you shouldn't trust the version of you that created the macaroni taco to create a plan to get you home safe. Make a plan before you party.
Call 800-841-8573 or visit yccsusa.com to find out how they can help you recover what is rightfully yours. YCCS, a proud partner of your Yakima Valley Pippins.
Carrying top-notch supplies for more than 70 years in the Yakima Valley. Your hometown Ace Hardware stores in Yakima and Natchez provide attentive customer service and the best brands for all your home improvement project needs. Roy's Ace Hardware in downtown Yakima, Hometown Ace Hardware in Tieton Village in Yakima, and Oak Creek Hardware in Natchez also has fishing, hunting, landscaping, and cleaning equipment. Ace Hardware, hardware supplies and competitive prices.
Tanner Parker leads off the bottom of the 7th for the Pippins, and he takes the first pitch for a ball 1-0. Next pitch he pops up in fair territory just on the foul line and on the first base side, and the second baseman Miller ranges over to make the grab. 4 out, number 1 here in the top of the 7th inning. That'll bring up the 9-hole hitter Aiden Welch. Highline Bears from White Center, a suburb of Seattle, making the trip over to Yakima for the 2-game non-league series. They lead at 6-3 here in the bottom of the 7th with 1 out now. First pitch to Aiden Welch in there for a strike, 0-1. They won game 1 yesterday 6-1. Looking for a 2-game sweep of the Pippins here tonight. Pippins with 8 outs left to work with. They need 3 to tie it. Next pitch to Aiden Welch is a breaking ball in there for strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. Take me up to the ball game playing in between innings there. The 0-2. Welch wanted that one but checked his swing. And he holds back a pitch on the dirt. And 1-2 is the count. Pippins looking for some offense here. 3 runs so far in the game. They all came in the bottom of the first inning. Aiden Welch takes high for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes is the count now. The 2-2. Welch takes a strike. Called fastball on the inside corner for strike 3. And Aiden Welch will head back to the dugout. The second out of the inning here, and back to the top of the order for the Pippins. Luke Schwartz stepping in for his 4th at-bat. First pitch from Jenkins. Low for a ball, 1-0. Cameron Jenkins, the starting pitcher for the Bears tonight, still in there. He's thrown 6 2/3, looking to go 7 full. Still 2 pitchers warming up in their bullpen. The 1-0 in between short and third on the base hit for Luke Schwartz, and he'll reach first base with a 2-out single. That one was hit just hard enough to get by the third baseman, Cobalt, out into left field. See if the Pippins can get a 2-out rally going here. They'll bring up the second baseman, Brady Hormel. Already has an RBI double back in the first inning. First pitch from Jenkins. High and outside for a ball, 1-0. Luke Schwartz has reached base safely in all 4 of his at-bats tonight. Double in the first, walk in the second, single in the 5th, and a single in the 7th. Good choice as a leadoff hitter by head coach Marcus McKinney tonight, as Hormel takes the next pitch and pops it up in the infield. A high pop-up. Third baseman Cobalt coming in near the pitcher's mound, camps under, and makes the grab for out number 3. So the Pippins with no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We head to the top of the 8th. Bears still lead it 6-3.
Call this home. That's where I belong. That's where I belong. Call this home. That's where I belong. That's where I belong.
Finding the right home is inspiring. That's why at Banner, we listen, learn, and help you find the home loan that lets you achieve your dreams.
That's where I belong.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, So we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
In downtown Selah. With savory entrees and specialty drinks, Tailgaters provides something for customers of all ages. Cheer on your favorite team in the restaurant while experiencing 1950s charm with a modern twist. Visit Tailgaters Bar and Grill today, located at 110 East 3rd Avenue at Viking Village in Selah. Tailgaters Bar and Grill.
The first batter here in the top of the 8th for the Bears, Torrey Doughton, takes the first pitch out to right center field where Pippins center fielder Luke Schwartz ranges over and makes the grab. So quickly, one pitch and one out as we begin the top of the 8th inning. Shirtworks in Ellensburg is the official provider of apparel for the Yakima Valley Pippins and presents tonight's 8th inning. From practice gear to everyday athletic apparel and silk screening to embroidery, Shirtworks is the go-to vendor for all your sports apparel needs. First pitch to James Cobell in there for a strike, 0-1. Give Shirtworks a call at 509-925-3469 or visit them at 100 West University Way in Ellensburg. The 0-1. Swung on and a ground ball out to Tyler Dean at first base. Flip over to Bailey covering the bag. And quickly 3 pitches and 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. That'll bring up Kalen Martin.
Designated hitter number 27, Keelan Martin.
Bears leading 6-3. Spencer Bailey on the mound for the Pippins, looking to get through this inning quickly as he already has 2 outs. Get the Pippins offense back out there. They got 6 outs left to deal with here in this one. First pitch to Martin outside for a ball, 1-0. Martin 0 for 2 in this one. A line out in the first and a ground out in the 6th. However, in the 3rd and 4th inning, he drew walks in both his at-bats. This one is popped up, and I lost track of that one, but I do know it is out of play on the right field line for a foul ball. Count evens up at 1-1. The color of the sky right now has got to be tough for foul balls. That ball just blended in right when it reached the horizon for me. Next pitch outside for a ball, 2-1. Lights are on here at the Orchard. Sun has set completely over the hills. The 2-1 from Bailey. Swung on and missed by Kalen Martin. Count evens at 2-2. A quick inning. 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. 2 balls and 2 strikes is the count to Kalen Martin. Bailey looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Next pitch outside for a ball, 3-2. Martin steps out now, steps back in, and Spencer Bailey gets his sign, the windup, and the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Spencer Bailey with a quick 1-2-3 inning pitching for the Pippins, and we head to the bottom of the 8th. Pippins.
What does traveling really cost you? After all the hassles and spendings along the way, how much do you really save? When you fly YKM, you can save on gas, money, sleep, parking fees, stress, and most of all, the one thing you can't get back, your time. Those savings really add up. What's that worth to you? Fly faster. Fly YKM. Visit flyykm.com where you can connect to over 85 cities. Book your flight today.
Les Schwab is proud to introduce 2 of our best tires ever just in time for summer road trip season. There's our exclusive open range AT that we believe is our quietest, smoothest, and best all-season traction tire ever. Or the Reputation, our exclusive high-mileage premium passenger tire. Get even more road trip ready with our free pre-trip safety check. Stop by or book an appointment today at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Community. Help others while you help yourself. A better you, a better Yakima. Be a winner. Join our Yakima YMCA.
Planet Fitness is the one and only judgment-free zone. That means for just $10 a month, you can work out at your own pace and just do you. However you want, whenever you want. Get free fitness training and tons of cardio and strength equipment, plus a totally friendly staff for just $10 a month with absolutely no judgment. We want you to be you for just $10 a month. Come in for a free tour or join online at planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness. Annual membership fee applies. Participating locations only. See club for details.
Cameron Jenkins' night is finally done for the Highline Bears. He goes 7 innings, gives up 7 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, 1 walk and 4 strikeouts. Gave up the 3 runs in the bottom of the first to the Pippins. And since then, 6 runs of scoreless ball. Pippins getting out ahead early, but have not found anything offensively since then. As we head to the bottom of the 8th inning here at the Orchard. Pippins now trail at 6-3. 6 outs left to deal with. They'll lead off with James Bell, followed by Kyle Dean and Tyler Dean here in the bottom of the 8th inning. James Bell with the big home run back in the first inning to make it 3-0. And again, since then, absolutely nothing offensively for the Pippins. Bell takes the first pitch out between second and right field, and it drops in. He takes a wide turn at first, back in safely. A close play at first base. The right fielder, O'Grady, with the awareness to see Bell taking a wide turn at first. For some reason, O'Grady already had the ball in his glove, and he took a wide turn. O'Grady fired it into first base and almost got James Bell on a back pick there, but Bell in safely with a single. Leadoff batter gets on base, and that brings up Kyle Dean, who takes the first pitch for a strike, 0-1. The new pitcher in for the Bears, Noah Serna, taking over in relief for Cameron Jenkins, a lefty. Throw over to first, not in time. Pippins falling into a pit offensively for the past 6 innings. We'll see if they can get to this new pitcher, Serna, since Jenkins was in a groove on the mound. As Kyle Dean hits this one out to left center field. This one is in the gap for extra bases. Here comes James Bell. Marcus McKimmey is going to wave him in all the way around first. He comes in to score. An RBI double for Kyle Dean. And just like that, it's 6-4 Bears. And that's going to be it for Noah Serna. He faces 2 batters, gives up a single to James Bell and a double to Kyle Dean. And just like that, his night is over. Bears head coach Josh Evans comes out. New pitcher coming in. We'll tell you about him after this on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
The smell of fresh-cut barley. The sound of boots in a barn. The sight of the sun rising over the fields. Budweiser farmers don't just grow barley. They live it. That's because there's nothing simple about growing barley. It's early mornings every morning. It's a steady hand guiding a combine through the field. It's a loyalty to the land, and it's a respect for those who did it before you did. Barley is the soul of our lager. That's why we've been working with the same family-owned American farms for more than 50 years to harvest it. The secrets to growing this grain perfectly have been passed down through 3 generations. For them, it's a legacy. It's something to be proud of. And it's why only the best barley and locally sourced ingredients are used to make Budweiser. Budweiser is proudly raised across America. This Bud's from our barley farmers. This Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. Budweiser Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Puget Sound native Mike Runyon can fit more in a day than most, which is good, because in addition to being a craft beer pioneer and working parent, he grows his own food, rides BMX, and has even been known to try a chainsaw carving or 2. Mike's defined by his differences. At Heritage Bank, we think differences can build a better bank, too. That together, we're more than a community bank, but rather a community of banks, which means more ideas for his business and yours.
Noah Serna gets taken out of this ball game quickly. He comes in and cannot get an out here in the bottom of the 8th inning gives up a leadoff single to James Bell and an RBI double to Kyle Dean. And that brings up Kyle Dean's brother Tyler Dean to face the new pitcher Danny Schaefer in there for the Bears. Now trying to protect a 6-4 lead. Was 6-3 at the beginning of the inning. The Pippins had not scored since the bottom of the first. Now looking to make this a one-run ball game. The first pitch to Dean is fouled out of play for a strike, 0-1. The Dean on second would be the 5th run, and the Dean at the plate, Tyler Dean, would be the tying run in this one. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. The 0-1. Taken high and outside for a ball, 1-1. Tyler Dean 1 for 3. A single in the 3rd inning. A single here could score his brother on second base. Kyle Dean takes his lead. Now Tyler Dean takes the pitch outside. Count moves to 2 balls and a strike.
Now in the game at second base, number 18, Jason Dulantre.
And a defensive substitution as well for the Bears out at second base. I couldn't quite hear the name from the PA announcer. We'll get you that in a second. 2-1 pitch taken outside for a ball, 3-1. Out at second base for Highline now, Chasen Dularte. (3-1) is the count to Tyler Dean. Next pitch. Taken high and outside for a ball, ball 4. And the Pippins have runners on first and second now with nobody out. And they'll bring the leading runner, Eddie Pelk, up to bat.
Now batting for the Pippins, number 46, Eddie Pelk.
And head coach Marcus McKimmey sending in a pinch runner for Tyler Dean. It's going to be number 10, Nick Israel, coming in for Tyler Dean now. He's also going to talk to Eddie Pelk. I would expect nothing other than a bunt with runners on first and second and nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th. Pippins trailing 6-4. Especially from Eddie Pelk, who has the speed potentially to make it to first base on a potential bunt here as well. And head coach Marcus McKimmey bringing in a pinch runner too. That's another sign that we could see a bunt. A successful bunt, moving the runners over, would get the tying run to second base with 1 out, which would be huge for the Pippins. Pelk also 0 for 3 in this one, so all signs leading to some small ball here in the bottom of the 8th. Corners playing in. Dean takes his lead at second. Israel takes his lead at first. First pitch to Pelk. He shows bunt, pulls it back, taken for a ball. The catcher, Barack, popped up quickly, but no throw. So the count is 1-0 to Eddie Pelk. It would be huge if Pelk could reach on a bunt and load up the bases with nobody out. He would be the leading run. The 1-0 to Pelk. Shows bunt. Bunts it down the third base line and it goes foul. And that's the perfect distance of a bunt right there if that stayed fair. He would have been safe. He would have been safe probably 99% of the time there if that stays fair. But the count evens up at 1-1. Pelk showing bunt a little bit late, just about around the time the pitcher throws the pitch. We'll see now with 1 strike. You don't want 2 strikes on you, so we'll see if he shows it earlier. He doesn't. He takes it at the same time. Takes for a strike on the outside corner, not what you wanted to do there. Pelk thought that was a ball outside. Counts now 1-2. We'll see if he still tries to lay down a bunt with 2 strikes on him. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th. Pelk does not show bunt and takes outside for a ball, 2-2. Corner infielder still playing on the grass line in the infield. Pelk facing a 2-2 count. Pippins need to keep this rally going. Down 6-4. Nobody out. The 2-2 to Pelk. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Eddie Pelk could not get a bunt down and then could not make contact. He goes down swinging for the first out here in the bottom of the 8th inning, and the Pippins will bring up their designated hitter, Sawyer Chesley. Chesley 0 for 4 in last night's ball game, 0 for 3 so far tonight. His first hit as a Pippin would be monstrous here if he can get one out to the outfield grass. Chesley steps in, 1 out now here in the bottom of the 8th. The pitch, taken on the outside corner for a strike from Schaefer, 0-1. If you're the Yakima Pippins, this is when you want to capitalize. Do not wait for the bottom of the 9th. Get those 2 runners in now. Trailing 6-4. Runners taking off, a double steal. Throw, no throw. The double steal is successful. A strike to Sawyer Chesley, so the count's 0-2, but now runners on second and third. No throw from the catcher. He popped up, the catcher, Brock, like he was going to throw to second base and not third base, where he could have got the lead runner, Kyle Dean, but now Dean on at third and Nick Israel on at second, and the Pippins all of a sudden have 2 runners in scoring position. One of them on second would be the tying runner. Oh, and now they're going to call a balk. They call a balk on Schaefer. And now the Pippins trail by 1 run, 6-5. Kyle Dean comes in on the balk, and all of a sudden Nick Israel, the pinch runner, is on at third base, 90 feet away from tying this ball game up with 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Wow. A double steal and then a balk by Danny Schaefer on the mound. Now the 0-2. Chesley has to duck out of the way of that. Sort of a spin move to get out of the way. Counts now 1-2. And this inning has gone by slowly, but it seems like it's gone by fast. Chesley swings and misses at this pitch in the dirt for strike 3. Tag applied, and there's 2 outs. That'll bring up the shortstop, Tanner Parker. Tying runner on third base, bottom of the 8th, 2 outs. Back-to-back strikeouts swinging for the Pippins. And Tanner Parker takes the first pitch out to shortstop. The shortstop ranging back. A jump. He doesn't make the catch. The tying run comes in. Nick Israel comes across home plate. Tanner Parker with a clutch 2-out single on the first pitch of the at-bat. And we have a brand new ball game. It's 6-6 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. First 3 batters of the inning coming around to score. James Bell, Kyle Dean, and now Nick Israel, the pinch runner coming in for Tyler Dean, has come in to score. And it is 6-6, a 3-run bottom of the 8th. Tanner Parker with a huge single just over the outstretched glove of Doughton out at shortstop. And now they've got Parker picked off in a pickle between first and second base. Parker back to first, now back to second. Parker, a fake throw. Then the throw gets by at second base. Out into the outfield grass. Parker's safe at second. I can't believe this. The Pippins have the winning run on second base. He was caught in a pickle. Made a couple moves. A fake throw to second, and then Parker just kept going back to second. The throw to second gets on by Doughton once again. And the Pippins finding some luck here in the bottom of the 8th inning. What a game. Parker reaching second base there. And Danny Schaefer on the mound for the Bears is a little shaken up. This is a non-league game, but boy, is this fun. Pippins finding a way to tie it up. Can they find a way to take the lead? They're going to intentionally walk Aiden Welch and put him on first base to try and get a force out now. So Welch takes the base on balls, and we'll come back up to the top of the lineup. I'm not sure what the move is there. And Josh Evans, the head coach for the Bears, comes out now and says no. We did not want to intentionally walk him. I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe the pitcher, Schaefer, made that decision on his own. I don't know what happened, but Aiden Welch coming back now. So he does not take an intentional walk. He will take an at-bat. I was going to say, why would you do that with Luke Schwartz, the hottest hitter tonight in the lineup for the Pippins coming up? He's 3 for 3 with a walk, a double and 2 singles. No reason to do that. You do want to get Aiden Welch out here. And they will try to do that now. Tanner Parker on at second. The first pitch to Welch. Taken high and outside for a ball, 1-0. First base is open, though, so they might still pitch around Aiden Welch and try and get him to chase a couple pitches. 6-6 ball game here in the bottom of the 8th. 2 outs. Tanner Parker, the leading runner, on at second base. The next pitch. Welch takes this out to right field. This one's got some carry. It's hooking foul, and it's going to be foul. Wow. If that stays fair, that is a home run, and that is an 8-6 Pippins lead. An opposite field shot out to right field just hooks foul. Aiden Welch will come back with a 1-1 count. Wouldn't that have been something? Very short corners here at the Orchard. About 293 out to the right field foul pole. So that had the distance. Just needed to straighten it out a little bit more. 1-1 is the count to Aiden Welch. Schaefer takes a look at second, now comes home. Welch takes a strike on the inside corner. Doesn't really like that call, but now facing a 1-2 count. Pippins would like to take the lead here and go into the top of the 9th in a safe situation. Get 3 outs and call it a night. The 1-2 to Welch. Inside in the dirt. Taken for a ball. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. James Bell with a single, Kyle Dean with a double, and Tyler Dean with a walk to put the first 3 base runners on this inning, and they would all come around to score and tie it up. The 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss by Aiden Welch, and that ends the inning. The Pippins tie it up. 3 runs here in the bottom of the 8th. We head to the 9th inning. 6-6 brand new ball game right after this on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Prosser Memorial Health's Grandview Clinic is now open and accepting new patients. Services include family medicine, women's health, mental health, and after-hours care. The Grandview Clinic is open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week to best serve you and your loved ones. Walk-ins are welcome, and se habla español. This is how we care.
At Cascade Natural Gas, we help smart businesses cover their bases. Old, new, and in between. No matter the age of your building, they all benefit from energy-efficient choices. Cascade Natural Gas offers a long list of incentives for energy-efficient upgrades. Upgrades that save your business money every day. Become one of the many Cascade business owners benefiting from the quality, comfort, and savings of energy-efficient upgrades. Join Team Energy Efficiency and take advantage of rebates from Cascade Natural Gas.
After all the hassles and spendings along the way, how much do you really save? When you fly YKM, you can save on gas, money, sleep, parking fees, stress, and most of all, the one thing you can't get back, your time. Those savings really add up. What's that worth to you? Fly faster. Fly YKM. Visit flyykm.com, where you can connect to over 85 cities. Book your flight today.
A turn of events here at the Orchard. 3 runs in the bottom of the 8th for the Pippins. They tie it up 6-6 as we head to the top of the 9th inning. A.J. Wood takes the mound for the Pippins. Going up against the Bears tonight. They'll lead off the top of the 9th with Dylan O'Grady, Kenny Miller, and J.J. Fawnlander. Great game so far. Bears with 5 runs in the top of the 4th inning, 1 in the top of the 6th. Pippins with 3 in the bottom of the 1st, then 3 in the bottom of the 8th. One of the biggest hits of Tanner Parker's season so far, with 2 outs to tie it up there in the bottom of the 8th, just barely over the glove of Bears shortstop Torrey Doughton. Drops into left field. A.J. Wood looking for a clean inning, get back to the bottom of the 9th with a tie game. First pitch to O'Grady from Wood. Swung on and missed. First strike 1, 0-1. O'Grady starting off this game with 2 strikeouts, 1 in the 1st and 1 in the 3rd. But since then, 2 singles and 3 RBIs in the 4th and 6th. O'Grady with an 0-1 count. Wood gets a sign. And the pitch swung on and fouled into the bleachers on the first base line. Bears 6 runs on 7 hits, no errors. Pippins 6 runs on 10 hits, 3 errors defensively. Dylan O'Grady facing an 0-2 count. A.J. Wood comes set. He's ready. Now the 0-2 delivery. Swung on and fouled out of play. Waiting on deck, Kenny Miller. Top of the 9th inning here at Yakima County Stadium. Wood gets his sign and comes set. Now the 0-2 pitch to Dylan O'Grady is swung on and chopped down the third base line, but foul. Count stays no balls and 2 strikes to O'Grady. Starting pitchers for both teams with a great start today. Stick around after the game for the Pippins postgame show. I'll talk about those starts for both teams. The 0-2 to O'Grady on the outside corner for a called strike 3, and he knew it that time. O'Grady, a slow walk back to the dugout, and there's 1 out. That brings up second baseman Kenny Miller. Great pitch by A.J. Wood there to get O'Grady. And there's 1 out here in the top of the 9th inning. First pitch to Kenny Miller on the way. Swung on and hit out to second base, Hormel. A backhand, and it gets by him out into center field. Kenny Miller reaches first on the error, the 4th of the game for the Pippins. They had 4 last night against the Bears as well. It looked like Hormel probably could have gotten in front of that and had a forehand play, but he went for a backhand scoop, and the ball just kicked off the back of his glove. Wood now dealing with a runner on first base and will face J.J. Fawnlander, who takes this first pitch out to right field. This is trouble if it stays fair, but it doesn't. It goes foul. Ooh, man, that was close. That almost hit off the wall in fair territory out in right field, and that would have been trouble. Kyle Dean out in right field. Probably would have had a tough time with that, getting that ball back in, especially if it hit off the wall. He was so close to the wall that I feel like if it hit off the wall, it might have gotten past him off of the ricochet, and that would have been probably an RBI for the Bears, and they probably would have taken the lead, but Fawnlander comes back with an 0-1 count. Now swings through this one 0-2. Good fastball by A.J. Wood. Fawnlander 0 for 2 in this one. Hit by a pitch and a walk, but outside of that a ground out, and was called out for catcher's interference back in the 6th inning. Next pitch from Wood, and this is a base hit out to right field. Miller, the runner on first, takes a look at third, now heads back to second. The Bears have runners on first and second with 1 out now here in the top of the 9th inning. Strikeout looking to begin the inning for O'Grady, but now Kenny Miller reaches on the E4 by Brady Hormel at second base, and now a single by J.J. Fawnlander puts Miller on at second base. And that'll bring up first baseman Brock Keller. We will have a pinch hitter here. See who that is real quick. It's going to be Trey Hunt coming in to pinch hit for Brock Keller.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for Highland, number 44, Trey Hunt.
Hunt getting his first at bat in this one. He went 1 for 4 in last night's game with a huge 2 RBI double with 2 outs in the top of the 6th to cap off their 5-run inning. So he'll come in and pinch hit here for the Bears and watch the first pitch go just outside for a ball, 1-0. Bears looking for the leading run. He's out on second base in Kenny Miller. Trey Hunt coming in for Brock Keller. Brock Keller ends his night 2 for 4. The 1-0. Swung on, ground ball at the shortstop. Tanner Parker comes up with it, throws to third, and gets the force out on the lead runner, Kenny Miller. Good play by Tanner Parker on a tough short hop once that got to him. And a quick flip over to third base. 2 outs, still runners on first and second. Now for Peyton Brock. Before the game, during warm-ups, Pippins were working on tough ground ball short hops in the pregame warm-ups, basically the whole time pregame, as the first pitch to Brock is high for a ball, 1-0. And that play right there is exactly why you have to practice those plays. That was on probably 2 or 3 bounces to Tanner Parker, but it bounced right before it went into his glove, so a good short hop play there. And that would have been trouble if they had the bases loaded with 1 out. A.J. Wood with the pitch as Brock fouls this one back and out of play. 1-1 is the count. Tie game here in the top of the 9th inning between the Highline Bears and the Yakima Pippins, 6-6. Bears looking to take the lead. They have runners on first and second base with 2 outs. A.J. Wood looks in at catcher James Bell, gets his sign. And now the 1-1 pitch on the way to Peyton Brock. Just outside for a ball, 2-1, a fastball. That looked like it was in there, but called a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. Miller on at second, Fawnlander on at first base. Excuse me, it's Fawnlander on at second and Hunt on at first. Next pitch, backs off Brock a little bit. Counts 3-1. Peyton Brock, 0 for 3 in this one. Hit by a pitch in the second, ground out in the 4th, fly out in the 5th, and a backwards K in the 7th inning. The 3-1 pitch from Wood, time called. Runners go back to their bases. Peyton Brock steps out. 9-hole hitter Garrett Kolar waiting on deck. A.J. Wood gets his sign, come set, now the 3-1 delivery to Brock. In there, no. Not sure where that one missed. Possibly, I guess, high. But nonetheless, ball 4 and the bases are loaded, and we're going to have another pinch hitter. Tough spot now for A.J. Wood. 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. Bases loaded. And the pinch hitter for the Bears, Jarrett Leanwind. Jarrett Leanwind coming in for Garrett Kolar. Kolar ends his night 0 for 4. Linewand 0 for 4 in last night's game. He'll get the pinch hit with the bases loaded. A big spot for Linewand and for A.J. Wood, Pippins pitcher, on the mound. Tie game, top of the 9th, 2 outs, 6-6. Bases loaded. The first pitch to Linewand from A.J. Wood. In there for strike 1. Count moves to 0-1. 6th batter of the inning for the Bears. Torrey Doughton, the leadoff hitter of the lineup, waiting on deck now. 0-1 is the count. Wood gets his sign, the setup, and the delivery. In there, a late called strike 2. Inside corner. And the count's 0-2. This would be huge if A.J. Wood can get out of this and send the Pippins back out on offense after a 3-run bottom of the 8th tied it up. Jarrett Linewind. Looking for a base hit. It would give the Bears the lead heading into the bottom of the ninth if he can find it. Time called now. A.J. Wood really taking his time in between pitches. Runners on first, second, and third base. Lineman steps back in. Wood gets his sign. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the ninth. Bases loaded. The pitch from Wood. Hits the batter. Not much of an attempt to get out of the way, but they're going to say it was enough. And a hit by pitch makes it 7-6 Bears.
Now batting for the Highland Bears, the shortstop, number 16, Tory Doughton.
The hit by pitch, and the Bears take a 7-6 lead. They'll bring up Tory Doughton, their leadoff hitter. J.J. Fawnlander comes in to score. First pitch, a strike, 0-1. Pippins will have to play from behind now. Only way they can win it is a walk-off. They can tie it up with 1 run in the bottom of the ninth now. A.J. Wood looking to get out of the top of the ninth with only that 1 run passing. The 0-1 count now to Doughton. Taken high for a ball, 1-1. It's always tough for a home plate umpire to make the call that a batter did not make an attempt to get out of the way of the pitch. So I understand why he didn't make that call, especially with bases loaded and the leading run on third base. The 1-1, swing and a miss. Good pitch by Wood on an outside fastball. Count moves to 1-2. Doughton, his 5th at-bat tonight. He's 2 for 4. 2 singles and a walk. Another hit could bust this one wide open in the top of the 9th inning. 2 outs, bases loaded. Wood with a 1-2 pitch to Doughton. Taken high for a ball, 2-2. Tough inning for the Pippins. The Bears scored 5 runs in the 4th inning. Their big inning tonight. 1 in the 6th, now 1 so far in the 9th. Wood trying to mend the wound here and enter the bottom of the 9th just down by 1. The 2-2 pitch from him. Swing and a miss. And down goes Tory Doughton. But the Bears pick up 1 run and A.J. Wood is mad. Pippins with 1 chance to score 1 run and tie it, 2 to win it. They have 3 more outs to deal with as we head to the bottom of the 9th right after this on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Puget Sound native Mike Runyon can fit more in a day than most, which is good because in addition to being a craft beer pioneer and working parent, he grows his own food, rides BMX, and has even been known to try a chainsaw carving or 2. Mike's defined by his differences. At Heritage Bank, we think differences can build a better bank, too. That together, we're more than a community bank, but rather a community of banks, which means more ideas for his business and yours.
Les Schwab is proud to introduce 2 of our best tires ever just in time for summer road trip season. There's our exclusive open range AT that we believe is our quietest, smoothest, and best all-season traction tire ever. Or the Reputation, our exclusive high-mileage premium passenger tire. Get even more road trip ready with our free pre-trip safety check. Stop by or book an appointment today at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Who knew a non-league game could be so exciting? Pippins trailing now by 1 run to the Highline Bears as we enter the bottom of the 9th. 7-6 is the score here at the Orchard, and who better to lead off than the leadoff batter in the lineup, Luke Schwartz, the most dangerous man in the lineup tonight for the Pippins. He's 3 for 3 with a double, 2 singles, and a walk in the second inning. And the first pitch to him is taken high for a ball, 1-0. Danny Schaefer stays in the game on the mound for the Bears. Nobody warming up in their bullpen, and all their bullpen pitchers have actually come in to the dugout as the next pitch to Schwartz is taken up around the chest area for a strike. 1-1. So the Bears basically saying, we are either going to win this game or lose this game right here with Schaefer on the mound, as the next one is a slow breaking ball that drops in for a strike, and the count's 1-2 to Luke Schwartz. Brady Hormel waiting on deck. James Bell right behind him. Hit a home run back in the first inning. The 1-2 taken high for a ball, 2-2. Schwartz trying to work this at bat and get on base. The Pippins need 1 to tie, 2 to win. Great game so far against the Highline Bears. Great series. First pitch, hit back up the middle. This one is caught, not caught, but taken in by the second baseman Dularte on a ground ball, and Luke Schwartz makes it to first base on time. My apologies, he did not catch that ball. It got past the pitcher, Schaefer, on the ground. Looked like it might have caught a piece of his cleat, and Dularte picked it up off the ground, threw to first, and not in time. So Luke Schwartz, a leadoff single, just what the Pippins needed. Schwartz is 4 for 4 tonight. And now Brady Hormel comes in 1 for 4. An RBI double back in the first, since then a fly out to left field twice and a fly out to third base. The third baseman, Cobalt, playing in. Bears looking for a double play on defense. First pitch to Hormel. Taken high and outside for a ball, 1-0. Luke Schwartz on at first base, the tying run for the Pippins. James Bell on deck for the Pippins. Brady Hormel, the leading run in the batter's box. Throw over to first. Soft throw. Schwartz back in safely. Hormel with a 1-0 count. He steps out, adjusts the batting gloves. 7 runs on 8 hits for the Bears. 6 runs on 11 hits for the Pippins. Schaefer comes set. Now the 1-0 to Hormel. Taken high and outside. Ball 2. 2-0. Bears winning game 1 yesterday 6-1 over the Pippins. Pippins looking for some revenge and a series split against their non-league opponent before taking off for Wenatchee on Friday. That game will be on pippinsbaseball.com/live, audio only. 2-0, another throw over to first. Luke Schwartz back in yet again. Not much of a lead for Schwartz over at first base. Could be Schaefer just looking for a free easy out. Schwartz does take an average lead. The 2-0 now to Hormel. Swing, and a healthy swing at that, but missed. Swings through a breaking ball. 2-1 is the count. Hormel looking to end this game with one swing of the bat right there. Pippins trail by 1 run, 7-6. Bears pick up 1 in the top of the 9th on a hit by pitch with the bases loaded. The 2-1. Taken high and outside for a ball, 3-1. Brady Hormel in a nice spot here. Luke Schwartz on at first base. If they can get him around, he will tie this game up. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Exciting game against the Bears. 3-1. Schwartz takes off with the pitch. It's popped up, though, in the infield. Schwartz is going to have to head back to first base. The shortstop, Doughton, makes the catch. Schwartz back to first. 1 out now on the pop out by Brady Hormel to the shortstop, Doughton. The hit and run was on with the 3-1 count. A great time for a hit and run. Because if it's ball 4 and the hit and run doesn't matter, you're not risking anything. And if it's a strike, I think Hormel was swinging no matter what if it was a strike. Only thing that could have gone absolutely wrong there is a strike him out, throw him out, double play. But Marcus McKimmey going for the aggressiveness. 1 out now. James Bell, another steal. And it doesn't matter because James Bell was hit by the pitch. So now the Pippins with runners on first and second. Luke Schwartz taking off with the first pitch there. And James Bell hit by the pitch up around the shoulder area. And the tying run is in scoring position for Kyle Dean, the Pippins right fielder. Huge RBI double in the last inning, the 8th for Dean. That made it 6-4. He would eventually come around to score. Schwartz, a big lead at second. And the pitch is low and outside. Great stop by the catcher, Brock. Good job by Luke Schwartz on at second base, distracting the pitcher a little bit. A little bit of a wild pitch there. But the count's 1-0 now on Kyle Dean. Pippins looking to tie this one up or win it here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Kyle Dean takes up and away. Ball 2, 2-0. Pippins with 11 hits, only 6 runs. Schwartz leading off the bottom of the 9th here with a single. He's on at second. Hormel popped out to the shortstop. James Bell hit by the pitch. He's on at first. 2 runners on. Pippins trailing by 1 run. 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. Schaefer gets his sign and comes set. Now the 2-0 pitch to Dean. He steps off. Keeping an eye on Schwartz out at second base. Kyle Dean 1 for 4 in this one. A solid single to the outfield could possibly score Schwartz. The 2-0. Slow breaking ball on the outside corner for a strike, 2-1. Nick Israel waiting on deck. He came in to pinch run for Tyler Dean in the 8th. He will get his first at bat unless we see a double play here. 2-1 is the count to Kyle Dean. Next pitch, low and in dirt. The runners take off. It's off the catcher's glove, and the runners advance. Runners on second and third. A wild pitch. Count is 3-1. The tying run is on third, and the winning run is on second with 1 out now in the bottom of the 9th for Kyle Dean. Danny Schaefer with a wild pitch, and the catcher, Brock, is going to go out and talk to him, try and calm him down. Here in the bottom of the 9th, nobody warming up in the Bears bullpen. They haven't even left their pitchers out there. All their pitchers came back to the dugout, so they are in complete bullpen shutdown mode. They're either going to win it or lose it here. And the only way I can see a pitcher going back out there is if the Pippins find a way to score 1 run and then this game goes into extra innings. But the Pippins do not want that now. A single could win it. With the leading run on second, James Bell and Luke Schwartz right in front of him on third base. And now they're going to walk Kyle Dean and load up the bases with 1 out. So the bases are loaded. There was a 3-1 count anyways. That would be a really tough spot to have to pitch to Kyle Dean. And that brings up Nick Israel, his first at-bat here in the game. He led off the batting lineup yesterday and went 0 for 4. Gets his first at-bat here. A huge spot, 1 out, bottom of the 9th. Pippins trailing 7-6, the first pitch to Israel. Swung on and fouled out a play down the third baseline. Israel looking for the win there on the first pitch. Schaefer on the mound for the Bears in a tough spot. Runners on first, second, and third base. The winning run on second. Nick Israel checks his swing. Pitches outside for a ball, 1-1. Luke Schwartz starting off this inning with a huge single. He's on at third, and he is the tying run. Bases loaded. The 1-1 to Israel. Swung on, fouled out of play. Count is 1-2. Waiting on deck, Eddie Pelk, the left fielder. He's 0 for 4 today. 7-6 is the score. Highline looking to go home with a 2-game sweep. The 1-2 to Israel. Swung on, hit out to center field. This one's got some carry. It brings the center fielder back. It's caught out there by Fawnlander, but it's going to be deep enough to tag both runners on second and third, and we have a tie ball game. Luke Schwartz comes in, a sacrifice fly for Nick Israel out to deep center field. James Bell now on at third. Kyle Dean stays at first base. There are 2 outs, and we have a tie game, 7-7 in the bottom of the 9th, with the winning run 90 feet away for Eddie Pelk. Huge sacrifice fly for Nick Israel, and Eddie Pelk with an 0 for 4 day has the chance to be a hero. 7-7. Runners on first and third. First pitch to Pelk on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Pippins looking to bring some momentum back to their league games this Friday against Wenatchee. The next pitch, low and outside in the dirt for ball 2. Or excuse me, ball 1. 1-1 is the count. A non-league series against the Bears, but I am having fun. I hope you are having fun as well. 9:30 local time. Game started at about 6:40. Eddie Pelk steps back in with a 1-1 count. Winning run on third. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Pelk swings through a fastball and now has 2 strikes on him. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 outs here in the bottom of the ninth. The important thing, the Pippins have tied it up. They've scored 4 runs now over the past 2 innings. Looking to score 5. 5 would win it. The 1-2 to Pelk. Way outside for a ball, 2-2. James Bell on third base, yearning for his chance to cross home. Pippins players on the bench getting antsy, wanting to run out onto the field and congratulate Eddie Pelk. If he can get a hit, it would be a winning hit. The 2-2 pitch. Outside, ball 3. Count goes full. And your options here, if you're Danny Schaefer, the pitcher for the Bears, you can pitch to Eddie Pelk and try to end this game. You can pitch away from him and risk loading the bases up for Sawyer Chesley. The payoff pitch, 2 outs. Pelk fouls it out of play down the third base line. This is the spot you dream of being in as a kid. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, tie game, bottom 9, winning run on third. Eddie Pelk steps back in. Schaefer gets his sign, comes set, and it's ball 4. He loses him. The bases are loaded for Sawyer Chesley. A great at-bat for Eddie Pelk. Keeps the Pippins going here in the bottom of the 9th inning. And now you cannot afford a walk. A walk wins it. A hit by pitch wins it. A hit wins it. A balk wins it. Anything wins it for the Pippins here in the bottom of the 9th. Sawyer Chesley steps in. The first pitch. Outside for a ball. 1-0. Sawyer Chesley 0 for 4. So far in tonight's game, 0 for 4 in last night's game, looking for his first hit as a Pippin in 2019. It would be huge if he could get it right here. The 1-0 pitch to Chesley, taken high for a ball, 2-0. He doesn't even need a hit. He could take a walk, and he could be a Pippin hero with a 0-0-0 on the batting average line. Wouldn't that be something? 2-0 is the count to Chesley. We'll see if we get a strike here. It was a strike, and it swung on and popped up to the first baseman in foul territory. Keller ranges over, makes the catch, and the Pippins strand 3 runners on base. They needed 1 to win it in the bottom of the 9th, but it could not happen for them. We go to extra innings. To the top of the 10th, brand new ball game once again. 7-7. We'll be back. Bears taking more at-bats right after this on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Prosser Memorial Health's Grandview Clinic is now open and accepting new patients. Services include family medicine, women's health, mental health, and after-hours care. The Grandview Clinic is open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week to best serve you and your loved ones. Walk-ins are welcome and se habla español. This is how we care.
Sure, Drunk You is a pretty cool guy, but he's not exactly what you would call reliable. He's not a maker of great decisions, or for that matter, even adequate decisions. The point is, you shouldn't trust the version of you that created the macaroni taco to create a plan to get you home safe. Make a plan before you party.
Nothing is sweeter for the warm summer months than a great scoop of Baskin-Robbins ice cream. Your Baskin-Robbins store right here in Yakima on South First Street proudly supports Yakima Valley Pippins baseball. Make sure you stop by and grab a cup or cone of your favorite Baskin-Robbins flavor at the South First location. And then, next time you're at Yakima County Stadium, try out their awesome baseball medley. Baskin-Robbins ice cream and Pippins baseball will make your summer memorable.
To the 10th we go. Extra innings in Game 2 of the 2-game non-league series between the home Yakima Valley Pippins and the visiting Highline Bears. Austin Lane here in the broadcast booth, ready for some more baseball as A.J. Wood takes the mound once again for the Pippins. Gave up 1 run in the top of the 9th to make it 7-6. Pippins getting 1 run in the bottom of the 9th to tie it up. And the first pitch from A.J. Wood to leadoff batter James Cobell is inside for a ball 1-0. What a game so far. Bears 5 runs in the 4th, 1 in the 6th, and 1 in the 9th. Pippins 3 in the 1st, 3 in the 8th, and 1 in the 9th. Next pitch. Popped up, foul ball, out of play on the first base line. Pippins with a chance to win it in the bottom of the 9th. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Sawyer Chesley up to bat, pops it up into foul territory, caught by the Bears first baseman, Trey Hunt, to end the inning. He broke the bat over his knee after that play. The 1-1. Fouled out of play, 1-2. Took the bat and just Bo Jacksoned it right over his knee. One and 2 is the count to James Cobell. A.J. Wood, a clean inning would help. Next pitch from him. Ground ball, third base. Up with it is Welch. Throw to first in time. Nick Israel out at third base. Throw to first in time for out number 1. A lot of pinch hits, pinch runs, substitutions, pitchers in this game. And there could be even more as we're in extra innings here. Top of the 10th, 1 out now. Coming in to bat, Kalen Martin for the Bears. Wood gets his sign and he works from the stretch, even with no runners on. First pitch to Martin, ground ball out to second base. Hormel with a tough throw to first on the pick. It can't be picked by Dean over at first base. A tough pick over there, and the Bears have a base runner. Big single for Kalen Martin brings up Dylan O'Grady. And Martin, the runner on first, is the leading run with 1 out. That was a tough throw for Hormel out at second base. He had to throw it off balance, and we're going to have a pinch runner for Kalen Martin out at first base. We'll get you that pinch runner here in a second when we figure out who that is. Stepping in O'Grady, his 6th at bat in this one. Wood takes a look at first. It's Alexander Briner on at first base, the pinch runner. Now comes home to O'Grady, who swings through the first pitch and misses for a strike 0-1. Another substitution. My scorebook is running out of spaces to write. I had to create my own little space for the 10th inning. I do have room for the 11th inning, but if we go past that, I might have to just go based on memory. The 0-1 to O'Grady. Swing and a miss, 0-2. A.J. Wood looking to get out of this inning cleanly. Send the Pippins offense back out there with a tie game intact. Bears looking to take this lead and head back to Seattle with a 2-game sweep under their belt. Winning yesterday 6-1. A little more offense from the Pippins today. O'Grady has something in his eye, calls time. O'Grady 2 for 5 in this one. 3 strikeouts. 3 RBIs for him so far tonight. The 0-2 pitch from Wood on the way. Swung on and a rope down the third base line out towards right field and out of play for a foul ball. O'Grady connecting with that one, but just behind it. It has cooled off quite a bit here in Yakima. The wind has also picked up a little bit. 76 degrees. Feels much better than the 91 it was earlier. The 0-2 to O'Grady. This one's inside and he fights it off the other way down the right field line, but it goes foul near the bullpen area. Kenny Miller waiting on deck. And it's not Kenny Miller. We're going to have another substitution. It is, Dularte who came in earlier for Kenny Miller. O'Grady still facing an 0-2 count. The next pitch from Wood. Taken. A borderline pitch. Wood really wanted that one. But no call. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And that could have gone either way, really. But no matter what happens there, you're going to have someone mad. A.J. Wood mad that one didn't go his way. But if Dylan O'Grady struck out 4 times, something he rarely does, with another strikeout looking, would have been his 3rd strikeout looking of the game as well, he would not have been pleased. The 1-2. Foul ball back towards the press box area, up over my head. Count stays 1-2. High pressure situations for both bullpens tonight. It was 5-3 Bears going into the 6th inning. They picked up another run and made it 6-3. Then the Pippins finding a way to put 3 on the board and tying it up in the bottom of the 8th. Bears picked up 1 in the top of the 9th, and then the Pippins again in the bottom of the 9th found a way to tie it up. Next pitch to O'Grady, swing and a miss, and that's his 4th strikeout of the night. That'll bring up Chasen Dularte, who came in for Kenny Miller. First pitch from Wood. Taken for a ball. Looked like a strike, but looks like it was just high for a ball, 1-0. Gets his sign. Briner, his lead at first. Now the 1-0 from Wood. Taken. Again, another close pitch, but a ball. Once again, 2-0 is the count. Dularte getting his first at-bat in this one. Facing a 2-0 count from A.J. Wood. Next pitch, high. Ball 3, 3-0. Wood looking for the final out here in the top of the 10th. We have played about 3 hours of baseball. 9:42 local time. A.J. Wood working with a 3-0 count, looking for the strike zone here against Chasen Dularte. He finds it, 3-1. Fastball right down the middle. A lot of fans sticking around for extra innings here tonight. It's a great night for baseball, perfect temperature now that the hot Yakima sun has gone over the hills. Wood comes set now with a 3-1. We'll try to find the strike zone once again. And this time, he does. A swing and a miss by Chasen Dularte. And the count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the top of the 10th. Tie game 7-7. Leading runner is on first. It's Alexander Briner for the Highline Bears. Waiting on deck, J.J. Fawnlander. A.J. Wood gets his sign, now comes set. Runner will be taking off with the pitch. And now the 3-2 from Wood to Dularte. Swing and a miss for strike 3. A.J. Wood yells into his glove. This time, it's not because he's mad. This time, he's happy. As we head to the bottom of the 10th inning, Pippins with a chance to win it. It's tied 7-7. We'll be back with the bottom of the 10th right after this on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Being pregnant can make normal routines complicated. Lincoln Avenue Medical Dental Center is uniquely suited to help make life a little bit easier for all moms. Our care teams will help you with appointments, dental visits, nutrition counseling, and more. Our registered nurses can help follow up with you and your baby at home. Parenthood can sometimes make your life a little more complicated. We are here to help. Visit our Mother's Lounge at every Yakima Valley Pippins home game. We're located next to the box office.
No one likes having to work on collection of debt, but when that time comes, one of the nation's best is right here in the Yakima Valley. YCCS is a locally owned, nationally renowned business that focuses on the customer's needs in a fair but firm manner. YCCS takes pride in their professionalism. Call 800-841-8573 or visit yccsusa.com to find out how they can help you recover what is rightfully yours. YCCS, a proud partner of your Yakima Valley Pippins.
Carrying top-notch supplies for more than 70 years in the Yakima Valley, your hometown Ace Hardware stores in Yakima and Natchez provide attentive customer service and the best brands for all your home improvement project needs. Roy's Ace Hardware in downtown Yakima, Hometown Ace Hardware in Tieton Village in Yakima, and Oak Creek Hardware in Natchez also has fishing, hunting, landscaping, and cleaning equipment. Ace Hardware, hardware supplies and competitive prices.
We head to the bottom of the 10th, a tie game here at the Orchard, 7-7. And the Pippins getting a chance to win it here in extra innings. They'll lead off with Tanner Parker, Aiden Welch, and Luke Schwartz coming up after him. In a tie game, extra innings. Final non-league game of the season for the Pippins. First pitch to Tanner Parker. He takes the other way into left field for a solid base hit and a single to lead off the bottom of the 10th. And that'll bring up third baseman Aiden Welch. I would like to make a correction in the top half of the inning. Aiden Welch made a play at third base, and I've been getting so confused with all these substitutions. I thought it was Nick Israel out at third base making that play, but it was Aiden Welch out at third. Nick Israel took over for Tyler Dean at first base. So Welch steps in, shows bunt, bunts it down the first base line, and it's a good one. First baseman up with it, throw over to Delarte covering at first in time, and the Pippins have the winning run in scoring position with one out.
Now batting for the Pippins, center fielder number 12.
Sacrifice bunt moves Tanner Parker to second base, and we're back to the top of the order. Luke Schwartz, who led off the top of the bottom of the ninth inning with a single, and he would come around to score to tie it up. So a huge single for him. Time called. We're going to have the catcher, Brock, going out to talk to the pitcher. A new pitcher in the game for the Bears, Cole Connolly. Quick mound visit, and we're ready to go. Brock takes his spot behind home plate. One out now in the bottom of the 10th inning with Tanner Parker, the winning run, on at second base, and Luke Schwartz up to bat for the Pippins. The first pitch to Schwartz, hit up the middle. Here comes Tanner Parker. McKimmey getting a read. They're going to wave him in. The throw from center field. Parker rounds. He's in. He's safe. And the Pippins win it 8-7 here in the bottom of the 10th inning. And they're swarming Luke Schwartz out at second base. The Pippins 8-7 in the bottom of the 10th. Tanner Parker, a leadoff single. He reaches second on a perfect bunt and then comes around to score on the Luke Schwartz single. Luke Schwartz with a amazing game for the Pippins. He goes 5 for 5, including a walk-off RBI single here in the bottom of the 10th inning. And the Pippins split the two-game series against the non-league opponent Highline Bears. What an amazing game here tonight against Highline. And the Pippins will have an off day tomorrow before returning to playing Wenatchee, a league opponent, up at Wenatchee on Friday. We have a Pippins postgame show to get to, and boy, I do really want to prepare for this one, so I have to take a commercial break. We will be right back with a Pippins postgame show and a recap of tonight's ballgame, an amazing ballgame. Pippins win 8-7 in extras here tonight. Austin Lane here in the broadcast booth. I'll be right back on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Dickey's Barbecue in Rainier Square in Yakima offers the best house-smoked meats and classic sides to satisfy your barbecue cravings this summer and year-round. Located at 2706 West Nob Hill Boulevard, Dickey's also offers take-home and catering service for all your event needs. Your group can also enjoy Dickey's Barbecue at Pippins home games on the picnic deck. Call 388-0637 and place your Dickey's order today.
Baseball, apple pie, and, oh, that's right, hot dogs. one of the staples of a visit to a baseball game. And no trip to the Orchard is complete without sinking your teeth into a delicious Nathan's hot dog. So next time you're at the Orchard, make sure your first stop is at the concession stand and ask for the hot dog Pippins fans young and old crave to maximize their game day experience. Nathan's Famous Hot Dogs, served at concession stands throughout the Orchard.
Tailgaters Bar and Grill in Sela offers an upscale dining experience in a relaxed atmosphere in downtown Sela. With savory entrees and specialty drinks, Tailgaters provides something for customers of all ages. Cheer on your favorite team in the restaurant while experiencing 1950s charm with a modern twist. Visit Tailgaters Bar and Grill today, located at 110 East 3rd Avenue at Viking Village in Sela. Tailgaters Bar and Grill.
One word comes to mind when I think about this game, and that is wow. Wow, what a game. The Pippins win it here in extra innings, bottom of the 10th, an RBI walk-off single for Luke Schwartz, the obvious player of the game. He goes 5 for 5, but we'll get to that in a second. 8-7 is your final score here in the fourth to last home game here at the Orchard in 2019. 3 games on the road up at Wenatchee coming up for the Pippins on Friday, and then 3 games on the road versus Cowlitz next Tuesday, and then next Friday, the final 3 games of the season at home versus Walla Walla. But tonight, what a game against a non-league opponent, the Highline Bears. And I never thought I would have as much fun as I did calling a non-league game for the Pippins. And I've been around working on the video side of things for home games this season. I haven't been able to go on a road trip. I will get to do that against Wenatchee this Friday, so that will be fun. I'm looking forward to that. But out of all the home games that I've watched from my spot in the press box up here this season, I think that was the one that I enjoyed the most. The Pippins with a walk-off single in the bottom of the 10th inning. Let's get to a scoring recap here in this wild, wild game against the Highline Bears. Let's start off in the bottom of the first inning. The Pippins getting out ahead early after struggling early offensively yesterday. Luke Schwartz, the leadoff batter, he leads off with a double, and then Brady Hormel a double, back-to-back doubles to begin the game, and an RBI for Hormel, and then James Bell comes up and hits a mammoth shot over the left field wall, a 2 RBI home run, and that made it 3-0. Well, the action died for the Pippins all the way until the 8th. In the top of the 4th inning for the Bears, they scored 5 runs. They scored 5 in the top of the 6th yesterday. They scored 5 in the top of the 4th today. They led off with Kenny Miller, and my scorebook is just going to be tough to read. This is like reading hieroglyphics. So many substitutions here tonight. So Kenny Miller leads off the top of the 4th inning for the Bears, reaches on an error. J.J. Fonlander gets hit by a pitch. Brock Keller hits a single. Peyton Brock grounds out. Garrett Kollar reaches on an error. Torrey Doughton gets a single. James Cobelt flies out. And then Keelan Martin reaches on a walk. Dylan O'Grady with a 2 RBI single. And then finally, the leadoff batter of the inning, Kenny Miller, comes back up and strikes out to end that inning. 5 runs pushed across in the top of the 4th for the Bears. And then in the top of the 6th, the Bears would score 1 on the leadoff walk by Torrey Doughton, a single by James Cobelt, and then a ground out by Keelan Martin, and then an RBI single for Dylan O'Grady. He was an offensive key in the game for the Bears. He made it 6-3 as we headed into the bottom of the 8th inning. The Pippins needing 3 runs in the final 2 innings. Well, they got 3 in the bottom of the 8th. They started it with James Bell hitting a leadoff single, Kyle Dean an RBI double, and then Tyler Dean a walk. So the first 3 base runners getting on base to start the inning. And then Eddie Pelk and Sawyer Tresley went back-to-back strikeouts swinging. So the Pippins had cut the lead from 6-3 to 6-4, still looking for that tie ball game. And Tanner Parker came up with a huge 2 RBI single. And that tied it up at 6-6 before Aiden Welch struck out to end the inning. So a tie game going into the top of the 9th. A.J. Wood coming out to pitch for the Pippins. And the Bears finding a way to get a run across the board. They started off with a strikeout by Dylan O'Grady, and then Kenny Miller reached on an error. J.J. Fonlander hit a single. Brock Keller grounded out to move both runners up, and then Peyton Brock was walked to load the bases, and then with the bases loaded and 2 outs, Jarrett Lanewind got hit by a pitch in a pinch hit spot, and the Bears took a 7-6 lead before Torrey Doughton struck out to end the inning. So the Pippins, once again, facing a deficit in their final moments They go into the bottom of the ninth, down by 1 run, 7-6, needing something in the bottom half of the inning and finding it. Luke Schwartz leading off with a single. Brady Hormel popping out. James Bell hit by a pitch to put runners on first and second. Kyle Dean takes a walk to load him up. Nick Israel then hits a sacrifice fly out to deep center field to tie it up and bring in Luke Schwartz. A pivotal inning. Eddie Pelk took a walk, and then Sawyer Chesley with the bases loaded. A chance to win it in the bottom of the ninth, popped it out into foul territory. Top of the 10th, A.J. Wood comes back out to pitch for the Pippins and has a clean inning pitching, only allowing one base runner to reach first. That was Kalen Martin. So the Pippins entering the bottom of the 10th, tie game 7-7, and it took 3 batters to win this ball game. Tanner Parker with a pivotal leadoff single, Aiden Welch with a sacrifice bunt to move him over to second, and then Luke Schwartz, a single back up the middle. Tanner Parker getting the wave around from third base, and head coach Marcus McKimmey to getting the sign to go home, and Schwartz making it in safely at home. Throw came in not in time. That's your final score, 8-7 in this one. Starting pitching was very good in this one. Anthony Alvarado getting the start for the Pippins tonight. He goes 3 1/3 innings, gives up 3 hits, 3 runs, but none of them earned. 3 walks and 4 strikeouts. His slider was just nasty tonight. And the starting pitcher for the Highline Bears, Cameron Jenkins, he goes 7 innings, gives up 7 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, but all of them in the first inning. After that, he settled into a nice groove. Gave up 1 walk and also struck out 4 batters. The Pippins have an off day tomorrow, so no action, and then starting on Friday, a 3-game series up at Wenatchee at the Wenatchee Valley College, taking on the Apple Sox back in league action. The Apple Sox atop the North Division right now, so the Pippins 4.5 games behind the Apple Sox would need a sweep to get to 1.5 games behind them, and that would give them a chance with 6 games left to potentially make the playoffs this season. It'll be tough. The Wenatchee Apple Sox are tied at the top of the division with Victoria Harbor Cats, so you also need Victoria to kind of fall off a little bit here at the end of the season. Pippins 8-11 in conference play, Victoria 11-5, Wenatchee 12-6. So Pippins 4.5 games behind both of those teams, but a huge 3-game series coming up at Wenatchee this Friday, Saturday, Sunday. First game Friday at 6:35 p.m. We will be on the air at pippinsbaseball.com/live. So, with that being said, for everyone up here tonight, McKenna helping out on the video side of things, Miles Klotz continuing to help out even though he is on the road back to Iowa, continuing to text me and help me out very much so as I transition into play-by-play for the rest of this 2019 season. My name is Austin Lane, and this Yakima Pippins win over the Highline Bears, one of the most exciting ones of the season, 8-7, your final score. We will see you on Friday. We will have a pregame show beginning at about 6:20 p.m. So until then, everyone, thank you for tuning in, enjoying this wonderful Pippins home game and win over the Highline Bears with me tonight. And, of course, enjoy the rest of your Wednesday evening.